All right. The session is recorded 100%. All right. So we are going to get started with the session. Okay. Before we get started, I usually like to know where you guys are joining from. Okay. I would like to know where you guys are joining from. So put it in the chat, your current location. I would just want the country, not a specific address. Okay. Your country. So if you're in Canada, you're in the US, you're in Ghana, you're in Nigeria, just put it in the chat. Oh, I see Canada, I see Ireland, Ghana, UK, Nigeria, Canada, Nigeria, UK, Nigeria, Canada, Canada. All right, we have quite a very good mix of people. Anybody, Rwanda, Australia, France, Kenya, fantastic. I love this. And this is one of the reasons why the best place to be is Tanalytics. You get to interact with people literally across the world. Okay, all right, Nigeria, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Australia, France, so on and so forth. It's good to have you guys on board. Okay, totally excited for you to be here today. And we're going to be learning a lot in today's session. I can guarantee you that. So the only thing I need from you, I'm just going to reiterate myself, is all I need from you is to listen. Okay, just listen. Let's have a good time. Okay, we're going to be having fun, but we're also going to be learning a lot while we are having fun. Okay. So this is Analytics, and if this is your first time joining any of our masterclass, any of our tech series, okay, please put a one in the chat. If this is your first time joining any of our tech series, please put a one in the chat. This is your first time. Fantastic, fantastic. I love this. Okay, we have a lot of newcomers in the house, guys. So we have a dedicated seat for you in front of our session. Okay, so if you look to the left, you'll see one of my colleagues waving at you. All right, follow my colleague and they'll take you to the seat we have reserved for you. So for the first timers or the guys that are returning, thank you very much for taking our time to join the session today. We are going to be having a wonderful time. We're going to be discussing things that will be beneficial to you and the people around you. Okay, so if you learn one thing today, okay, please pass it across to the next person because knowledge is power. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing today. So for first timers, thank you very much for taking our time to join us in today's session. Okay, and as we proceed, please feel free to. This is an open session. Feel free to put in your questions, your concerns, or misconceptions. Also, you could drop it. Then we'll deliberate. We'll talk about it. Okay. So for the first timers and for the guys that are returning, okay, we usually like to talk a little bit about analytics, okay, to tell you exactly, all right, to tell you exactly what we stand for and what we are here to do, what we are looking, what our vision, our mission is all about. Okay, so Tenalytics is an educational technology firm, okay, and the goal for us, to summarize all the writings that you see on the slide at the moment, the goal for us is to get more Africans into the tech space. It's as simple as that. It's as direct as that. The goal for us is to get more Africans into the tech space. Okay, I'll tell you my journey, and I'll tell you how it translates to the vision of Tenalytics. So I've been worked with different companies in the UK, in the US, in Canada. All right, myself. Adeza also, you'll get to know Adeza as we go on. Okay, we saw that majority of the companies that we got to work with, we never found Africans in there. Okay, we hardly got Nigerians working in these countries or Africans working in these countries, in these companies. Okay, so you get a new job, you're starting a new job, okay, and you see that the people around you are not Africans. And they started to bother us, like, move from first contract to the next contract to the next job to the next contract, and you barely find Africans in there. And we started asking ourselves this question: is it that Africans don't want to learn this thing and get a job in this space? I mean, all right, if we can do it, it means that other Africans, if you have the opportunity, you do the same thing. All right. And that's what really gave birth to Tenalytics. How can we get more Africans into the tech space? And we've been doing this for the last 4 years. Okay. And we have helped over 2,000 plus people transition into their first career path in the tech space. Over 2,000. And a lot of you now will be wondering, these guys have started shouting numbers, okay? They've started talking numbers at the start of the class. But you know what? Guess what? We have evidence of these people, okay? I'm not just going to throw numbers at you without evidence, okay? Burna Boy Burna Boy will say, no, be by church or church, show workings. Show workings. Let me see it. Let me see what you guys have done. Don't worry. We will show you all the workings, all the things that we have achieved, all the things that you can also achieve if you join the train, if you join the moving train, which is analytics. Okay, So we've helped over 2,000 plus people transition into different career paths: data analytics, business analysis, cybersecurity, data science, financial analytics, HR analytics, and so on and so forth. There are quite a number of career paths that you can latch into. And those are the things that we're going to be talking about in today's session. Okay. Now, who is Efemena Ipro? What gives me the effrontery, the yardstick for me to talk to you in today's session? What gives me the platform for me to say that, oh, I can help you get a first job in the tech space? All right. So my name is Efemena Ipro. I am the co-founder of Tenalytics, and I have close to a decade experience working in the tech space. Okay, data analytics, from data to business analysis to a bit of everything. Okay, tech consulting, that's what I do at the moment. So as a tech consultant, I get to work with different aspects of the tech ecosystem. Okay, so that's what I do at the moment. But as all Nigerians or all Africans or anybody in the tech space, really, especially if you're coming from Africa, okay, somewhere in Africa, you find out that, it's not what you read in school that you get to work in. Okay. So I studied economics in university. I studied economics. So the way whatever you studied in school, I studied economics for my undergraduate. So my first job was in management consulting. So I did a bit of management consulting, okay, working in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. I did that for like almost 4 years, okay? And looking at the future, okay, where do I want to see myself in the future? Asking that critical question. What role do I see myself in the future? And you see, I did a couple of research and I found on tech, okay? I found tech, I found data. It was data that caught my eyes at that point in time. Getting into data, okay, it took me about 2 years for me to get my first job in the data ecosystem. 2 solid years of learning and everything, okay? It took me 2 years to get my first job. Now, after I got my first job as a business intelligence developer, I started asking this question, should it have taken me 2 years to have gotten this job? Should it take me 2 years to get a job in the tech space? Okay. And the answer was a resounding no. It shouldn't have taken me 2 years to get my first job in the tech space. And that's really part of the reasons why we're, bringing up this awareness, okay, about the tech ecosystems, what you should learn, how you can get started, how you can get your first job. The idea is not for you to become an expert, okay? The idea is not for you to become an expert in a year or 2 years, okay? No. Even with that 2 years of learning, I was still a novice. I'll tell you categorically, okay? So the key question now is, how do you get your first job? How do you get your foot into the door? That's exactly what we are going to be discussing in today's session. All right. So if you're excited to be here, guys, if you are excited to be here, put a 1 in the chat. Let me see if you're excited to be here. Currently, I'm based in Canada, Alberta. I'm currently in Alberta, Canada. Okay. So, my experience has spanned through Ireland. I lived in Ireland. I lived in the UK. I also currently live in Canada at the moment. But prior to that, I've worked with different companies across Europe, across Africa, and also across the US. I'm currently based in Canada, currently working with businesses here in Canada. All right. So fantastic. I can see all the ones rolling in, coming in. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the ones. Okay. So let's fire ahead. Okay. What are we going to be doing today? Okay. So what are we going to be discussing today? Like I said, the first thing we're going to talk about is tech career paths to help you, not any other person, not your neighbor, to help you land your first tech job in the US, UK, or in Canada. Now, the reason why we use these 3 locations, okay, is because obviously those are like the 3 major destinations for people that are looking to relocate, or really people that are, that's like a major location for most people. All right. So if you are in Norway or you are in another country entirely that is not UK, US, or Canada, you are still in the right session. Okay, you are still in the right session. We're still going to be discussing all the things that would apply to you. Okay. Now, if you're looking to secure your first job, that's exactly what we're going to start, okay, discussing about. Now, moving on from there, we're going to discuss the pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. So the essence of you learning a tech skill is not just for you to put it in your back pocket, okay? It's not a skill that you just put at the back of pockets that you can just bring out anytime you need it. Okay, as adults, we are looking for the new career paths that would create some value for us: financial freedom, flexibility, whatever the case might be. Okay, so the idea for you learning a tech skill is for you to secure better job, a better life, whatever the case may be for you. Now, number three is the Tanalytics Growth Internship Program. Now, this is one of the reasons why we have had a huge success within helping people land their first job. We'll talk about this, okay? And number four is our special discount offer that we have for you. So if you wait to the end of if you wait to the end of the session, you will get to know about our special offer, okay? Special discount for those people that wait till the end of the session. So, like I said, this session is going to be a mark for about 2 hours. It's just a 2-hour session. 2-hour session. So a decade years of my experience, that's almost 10 years of my experience working in the tech space. I'm going to shrink it and compress it into 2 hours. So that's why I told you, all you need to do is listen. Okay? All you need to do is listen. I'm going to show you facts. I'm going to show you figures. I'm going to show you actionable steps that you can take. No other person, you listening to me at the moment, how the steps that you can take to actually get your first job in the tech space. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to be discussing today. And the first of it is the tech career path to help you land your first job. The tech career path that would help you land your first tech job. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to be talking about. Now, moving on from there, we want to know why you want to work in tech. Okay, that would inform some of the things that we're going to be discussing in today's session. Why do you want to work in tech? Why tech? Okay, so just put it in the chat. I want to know why you want to work in tech, so I can take it off from that. Okay. So if you're in Canada, you know Canada is currently boiling at the moment. Okay, the weather is absolutely hot. Okay, so why do you want to work in tech? Please drop your chat here. Okay, drop it in the chat. Let me see. Why do you want to work in tech? So quite a number of people are looking for flexibility. Quite a number of people are looking for higher salaries. Quite a number of people are looking for balance, work-life balance. Some people are just looking for, I just want to work in a place where I don't need to talk to people. Okay. I just want to be on the system, do my work, submit my work, and that's the end. To be honest, that's one of the major reasons why I wanted to get into the tech space. Anyways, I was spilling the tea already. So I was looking for a career as a consultant. You get to work with a lot of people. You get to interact with a lot of project members and so on. So I didn't want to work. I love people, okay? But in terms of work, I just want to work, okay? So I was looking at a career path where I would just be in front of my system, do my work, turn it in, and that's the end, okay? Maybe minimal, human interaction. That's what I was looking for. So some people are looking for higher money. Fine. I can see everybody here is majorly money. I don't understand. All right. So some people are looking for flexibility to improve my skills. Fantastic. I love that. Okay, that's a very unique one, Debola. Fantastic. Flexibility, fantastic. First time, okay, that's you. Work-life balance, flexibility. Flexibility is one of the major reasons why people are looking for a career in the tech space. And I think that's very resounding and refreshing. So most times, more people are just looking for better money, better pay, whatever. But I can see majority of you are looking for flexibility. Some people are still looking for, a better pay, which is obviously very good. A new career, fantastic. The passion, ability to get value from the work, fantastic. Innovation and transformation. That's where I am at the moment. So Oyeleke is saying innovation and transformative. That's where I am at the moment. When I started, I was looking for flexibility. I was looking for a better pay. That's the reason why I started. But now, having worked in the tech space for like almost 10 years, it's now more impact driven. So I'm looking at more, how can I impact businesses? Okay, how can I solve critical business problems using the skills that I have at the moment? So it's more impact for me at the moment. But you see, for most people that are looking to getting started, okay, why are you choosing a career in tech? So based off all the answers that you've given me, number one is flexibility. Okay, the tech space provides you with that flexibility. So currently, in the last 4 years or thereabouts, almost 4 years now, I have been working remotely. Okay, all the jobs, all the career paths, all the things I've been doing has been working remotely. Okay, I've never set the foot. Maybe just once or twice I've had to go into the office to do like a team bonding exercise and all that, but it has been largely working remotely, like 99% remotely. So flexibility is one of the reasons why most people want to transition into the tech space. Number two is the growing job opportunities. Okay, and I would explore this for you. I'll show you real time, okay, the growing job opportunities within the tech space. So you see a lot of people owning 2 jobs in the tech space. You see a lot of people saying that, oh, I changed my job like 2, 3 times this year. What other career path guarantees you that flexibility, that growing opportunity. Oh, today I'm working with this organization. Next tomorrow, or a month after, or 2 months after, I'm changing that job. I'm getting a better job in another company. What other career path guarantees you that growing opportunity? That's exactly what most people are also looking for. That flexibility. So if I start a company today, okay, and I don't like a culture, I don't like something there, I can just start searching again and get a better one. Okay. Number three is you don't need a tech degree to get started. Okay. You don't need, if you want to become a doctor today, you need to go back to university to do your medical license. You need to do all the things medical doctors have to do in order for you to get your license. A pharmacist, the same thing. An engineer, the same thing. An architect, the same thing. You need a degree. You need to have studied in university to go into this career path. But we've seen that majority of the people that are looking to do this career switch, okay, you don't need to go back to university to get a degree or a certificate that is going to get you into the tech space. So it's been attractive over the years. It's been an attractive, means for people that are looking to change their career. All right. So you see, back in the days, okay, if you wanted to change your career, you usually would have to go back to the university to do another like 4 year course in order for you to transition, or do a master's or do a PhD in order for you to do that transition. But it's not the case anymore. You don't need a tech related degree to get a job in the tech space. I currently have a degree in economics. Okay. So it's the same thing, all right, that we're talking about. Number four is the fantastic salaries and benefits that comes with it. Fantastic salary and benefits. We'll talk about salaries for some of the tech career paths that you need to take cognizance of as of today. And the last one is you get to work at the heart of innovation and change. Okay, at the heart of innovation and change. So you see, this and more are some of the reasons why majority of the people want to transition into the tech space. So it has been an attractive career path for people that are just graduating, or people that are looking to switch their careers. Like myself, like I said, I was in management consulting, I was in consulting, and I wanted to go into the tech space. So I switched from my career in consulting to the tech space. We have helped people that move from caregivers, from customer service, from other career paths, and they've switched into getting their first job in the tech space. So that's exactly what we need to talk about. So let me talk about my personal experience. Okay, let me tell you about a little bit about myself. Let me go a bit personal with my experience. So when I relocated, jackpot, like most of us did, or most of us would eventually do. Okay. So when I relocated initially, okay, relocated to Ireland. So I was in Ireland, and while I relocated, I couldn't get a job. Okay. And that's the honest truth. I couldn't get a job. And I had a lot of people around me before I relocated. Okay. I had a lot of my senior colleagues back at work then telling me that if you relocate, if a MENA, there are two jobs that you will do. Is either warehouse or you work in care. You work in support, you clean people up and so on and so forth. But you see, and that's the power of having people around you, people that want you to win. But when I was relocated, a lot of people were telling me that these are the jobs that you're likely going to do. Okay. But I had seen like 3, 4 people that also relocated who were working in the office. They were working in a job. They were working in a proper job. Okay. So, I was mixed. I was 50-50. I know people that have done it, but people that are my senior colleague that know have a wealth of experience also were telling me that they know people and they've also been in that situation, and they've seen that this are the work you will do. So a lot of them, nudged me not to travel out. Okay. Your career is fresh your career is still fresh. Okay. Keep growing, become a partner, grow in the future in that consulting space. Okay. But I relocated, and I relocated. As I relocated, I landed in Ireland, and guess what, guys? I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get a job. It was very, very frustrating. Okay. So what did I do? Like every other person would do. You need to survive when you travel out, don't you? You need to survive. So I needed to survive. So what did I do? I applied for a warehouse job, and I got a job as a warehouse operative, working in the warehouse, carrying boxes. That's that mindset of, oh, I want to go outside the country to succeed. Greener pastures. Look at the green grasses at the back of the picture. That's what I was expecting. An environment flowing with milk and honey, with milk, not even with milk and honey. So that was what I was expecting. But it wasn't like that for me that first time I landed. But I got a job working in the warehouse, okay? And it was a tough time. I think that was like the lowest point in my life, okay? Working in the warehouse, lifting boxes, doing night shifts. So all of you working in the UK, you working in Ireland, even in Canada, you take up shifts. And I was working day shift, I was working night shift, and so on and so forth. But obviously, like I said, having the right set of people around you, okay, would change your life. So if all your friends are working in care, there's no way you can't be the only one that will break out. It's not possible. If you have all your friends working in a particular, working in the warehouse, you won't likely step out of that. So what did I do? I made a conscious effort to build friends, okay, all the Nigerians, all the Africans that are working in the tech space. Okay, this is what I want to do. How can I do it? And in a matter of about 6 months, okay, less than about 6 months or thereabout, the same year, okay, I was able to get a job as a business intelligence developer, not in another organization, okay, in that same company. All right. I was able to secure a job as a business intelligence developer for the same organization I was working as a warehouse operative. So the same thing. I'm still the same person. I didn't change my skin. I didn't change my hair color. I didn't change anything. Literally, the only thing I changed was I'll tell you in a little bit. Okay. I'll tell you what I changed. Okay. But I was able to do this transition within the same year. Okay. So if you're currently working in a career path that might seem a bit challenging for you, or maybe not the one that is not the career path that you think you can actually work in, that's exactly what we are discussing today. How can you get your own first job? How can you make that change in your own career? That's exactly what we are going to be exploring. So you see, I'm not coming from a place of I think it will work. Okay. I'm not coming from a place of I think what I am telling you will work. I personally have it has worked for my own life. Okay. And I'm sure that if you implement the same thing we're going to discuss in today's session, you are going to have the same impact. So you see all those misconceptions that you have had in your mind that, oh, the guys in the UK, they won't take you if you don't have UK experience. The guys in Canada will not take you if you don't have Canada experience. The guys in the US or the guys within your geographical location would not give you a job because you don't have that country's experience. That is the biggest mistake I made, listening to people that say those nonsense. It's absolute garbage. I got my first job. Did I work in Ireland before I got this first job? No. So how did I get my first job? Okay. Now, this is me. If I say that if a man, you are the one saying this, so that's the reason why, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people might rationalize and still say that, oh, if a man, you're just one in like how many people that transition, that relocate outside the country, who would be able to do this? All right. But you see, the two things that I tell most people that I mentor, that people are good at, that go through it and analytics. Number two things that would transform your life. Number one is focus. Okay, number one is focus, and number two is positioning. We're going to start with positioning first off, okay? Because positioning matters a whole lot, okay? So if you're looking to transition into the tech space, you need to position yourself. When you position yourself, then you focus. So you see these two things, guys, okay? And I want you guys to put an FP in the chat if you guys are enjoying yourself so far. Put FP, focus and planning and positioning, sorry. Focus and position. So let's see. Put FP in the chat. Let's go. FP. FP. Don't forget this acronym FP. So anywhere you go to, guys, tell people you need to FP, focus and position yourself. All right, let's go. I love this. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I love the energy, and I want to continue. I want you guys to continue with this same energy. Okay, so focus and planning. It's the key thing. And positioning, sorry. Okay, position, then you focus. We'll talk about this. So a lot of people might still be thinking like, if Mena, do you know how many thousands of people are relocating every year? Okay, you're just one in so many other people. It might just be coincidence. It happened to Ifemena. Okay, yeah. If I was you listening, I would also think that way. Like, oh, Ifemena, you're just one in so many other people that are relocated. Why should I listen to you? So what I'll talk about is it always seems impossible until it is done. Until you do it, or until you see other people do it. That's when you now start to say like, okay, let me even try. But that's what it feels like. It always seems impossible until it is done. Now, moving on. Who have we helped? what other Nigerians or Africans have we helped to get a job in the tech space within less than that same year, within the same year they started learning? And I'm going to share some stories with you today. Okay, personal people, people that you might likely know and people that you don't know, okay, but you'll get to listen to them anyways. So you see, this is Abigail. Abigail was working as a care worker, okay, was working as a care worker, not as any other thing. She was working as a care worker. So now, what got Abigail to move from here to getting a job as a tech professional? So give me a second. I'm just going to get a pen so I can write on my screen real quick. Sorry. Sorry. I'm looking for my pen. Okay, anyways, my pen is not working. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, so Abigail transitioned from a care worker to getting a job in Canada, okay, as a business analyst. From here, she had no prior experience, like literally no prior experience, coming from an entire different career path into getting a job as a business analyst. All right. Now we also have Tony. Okay. We also have Tony in there. Okay. That also got a job. Okay. And was working as a what? She was working as a she was a pharmacist in Nigeria. Okay. And she was able to get a job as a benefit analyst in the UK. Okay. And we also have Benga got 4 offers in a location. Okay. And we also have Benga that got a job in Poland after the training program. Okay. So you see, the reason why I said I'm putting different people, these are not all the people that have gotten jobs, these are just a few people. So we also wanted to transition from a care worker to getting a job as a business analyst in Canada. Okay. We have Tony that was working as a pharmacist back home in Nigeria and was able to get a job as a benefit analyst, getting a job with the NHS. Okay, no prior experience. Venga got a job in Poland. Okay, got a job as a business data analyst. Okay, Nathaniel got a job as a data scientist, working where with a pharmaceutical firm in Barcelona, that's in Spain. Okay, Abdurrashid also resides in Nigeria, currently works as a data scientist with Child 420 in the US. These are all Nigerians. These are all Africans, I would say. Okay, that are Africans rather. These are all Africans that have learned. Okay, went through to analytics and were able to secure their first job, just like I did, coming from someone that had no prior experience. Okay, how do you work on projects? How do you get your first job? That's the key thing that we're going to be discussing today. How do you get your first job in the tech space? Those are the things that we are going to be discussing in today's session. So you are currently coming from a non-technical background. You're coming from a non-technical background. How can you make that same transition? How can you get your first job? Those are the things that we need to discuss. So for today's session, I'm going to be showing you, I'll play one of them, just one of them, because I want to keep it to 2 hours. Okay. So I'll be playing Tony, okay. And then we'll take it off from there. Okay. Give me a second.
Hello, everyone.
Please confirm if you can hear. Where's my team members? Damilola, please, can you confirm if you can hear the audio?
Yes, we can.
My name is Toyin, and I recently got a job as a benefits analyst in the UK. I've come from a medical background as a pharmacist who is interested in, breaking into tech. My first encounter with analytics was on LinkedIn. I joined one of their masterclass. Just one masterclass where Efemina spoke, and it just took that masterclass to convince me. I joined in August, and a month after, I got a job. To be honest with you, every information skill that I was able to apply to get that job, I owe it to Tenalytics. Tenalytics did a great job and is still doing a great job. They groom you and nurture you from the cradle till you become confident. So my advice for you, most importantly, is join. Be integrated into a platform that empowers you and allows you to easily get that first job.
So that is Tony coming from a background in pharmacy, all right, and getting a job as a benefit analyst 1 month into a training program. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to get a job in 1 month. Okay. Some people have gotten their jobs in 2 months, 3 months. Okay. But the key thing there is getting your first job. Okay. So what we're going to do to discuss today is how can you get your first job? So I've showed you my own personal experience. I've showed you some people that have gone through Analytics and they have gotten their own first job. And you see, they are video testimonials, okay? They are video testimonials that are going to tell you how they were able to make that transition. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about, okay? So now I'm very sure that a lot of you now will be like, if a man help me, not help, okay? Help means that, you're still a bit composed, okay? All right, help me. Then later, if a man help me, what tech career should I get into? All right. And this is where positioning starts to become critical. This is where positioning becomes very critical. So what tech career path should you get into? That's what we're going to be talking about. Now, before we go into the reports, I'm going to tell you what we did internally before we go into the external reports. So when we're starting Analytics, we're looking at career paths that would get more African, that would get Africans jobs in the tech space. So we're looking at career. Obviously, the tech space is a big ecosystem. It's a huge ecosystem. So what skills should they learn to get a job? What job roles should they look at? So what we did at Analytics is we went to different job boards in the UK, in the US, in Canada, and across the world. We are going to be having a session around that tomorrow. Okay. Adesa is going to be having a session talking about how we did this stuff, okay, and how we landed on the career paths, okay. So we're going to be having that session tomorrow anyways. But what we did was we went to these job boards and we scraped data from different job boards, from LinkedIn, from Indeed, from Glassdoor, from Built-in, from all the job boards that you're familiar with. So we went to these job boards and we did the analysis. So you see in Analytics, you see the keyword there. Every time you see Analytics, you'll see keywords, data and strategy, data and strategy. So we make decisions based on data, okay? So we did the analysis, got the job roles from all the job sites. We did the analysis and we landed on some career paths, okay? And we saw that consistently, people were always putting up, there were these job roles were consistently being recruited for. Okay, there was a high influx of roles, coming in on a daily, on a weekly basis. Okay, so we're looking at how Africans can get their first job, and we're looking at how they can easily transition. Okay, so when we saw all these job roles, okay, we needed an external validation to say that, okay, we've done our analysis. Now we get an external source to also validate these things that we have seen. So what we did is we also did a bit of extensive research and we landed on this particular document. Now this document is talking about, jobs that are going to grow, okay? Jobs that are going to grow and jobs that are going to decline, okay? Jobs that are going to grow and jobs that are going to decline. So what you see here on the left, let me just get a laser pen. Okay. So what you see here on the right, okay, so where you have investment fund managers, organizational development specialists, chemical processing plant operators. These are all the job roles that you see here are job roles that are going to decline in the future. Okay. So what you have on the right here are roles that are going to decline in the future. So number one, you see this one here, sales and marketing professionals, okay? So if you are currently in sales, you're in marketing, those roles are likely going to decline based on the reports, okay? You also have another very surprising role, which is the role of the product manager, okay? Very surprising. This is not me that is writing. This is not Analytics. This is the World Economic Forum that is outlining the roles that are going to grow and the roles that are going to decline. Okay, so you see, recruiters and technical recruiters, all these roles are likely going to decline. There's a huge probability of them declining in the future. So you don't want to start position, and this is where I talked about positioning yourself in career paths that will continue to grow, that will continue to be in demand in the future. All right. So we're going to be looking at certain career paths. Okay. Number one is AI and machine learning specialists. So you see it here, these career paths over here are the career paths that are going to grow, that are going to continue to grow within the next, from 2023 all the way to 2027. All right. So number one is AI and machine learning specialist. Number two, business intelligence analyst. Okay, that's also within the role of a data analyst. Okay, now number 3 is information security analyst. So that's also in the role of a cyber security analyst. So when you hear the word information security, that's also under cyber security. Now the next one is data analyst and data scientist. Okay, so you see where we're coming from now. So we're not just telling you go and learn this. We're telling you that we have done our research. We have backed it up with external research before we landed on this career path. Okay. So next one is big data specialist. Now, when you get the word big data, you know you're dealing with the data engineer. Okay. So we're talking about also, you see the role of a data engineer in there. The next one is database architect. So that's also under data engineering. Okay. So you see, ordinarily in the first couple of roles, okay, you can see we have quite a number of roles. Number 1 is the AI and machine learning specialist, which is under the role of a data scientist. All right. You also have business intelligence analyst, which falls under the role of a data analyst. Information security analyst, which falls under cyber security. Data analyst and data scientists, clearly written out that these roles are going to continue to grow. So if you have that misconception in your mind that, oh, a lot of people are learning data analytics, business analysis, data science, so I'm not going to learn it because I feel it's going to be crowded. It's the biggest mistake you will ever make. Okay, it's the single biggest mistake you will ever make, because a lot of people are learning it. You don't want to learn it. That's the more reason why you should learn it. Now, looking at the World Economic Forum, it's telling you categorically, these are the roles that are going to grow. Now, that's not all, though. It still continues. You have what we call the process automation specialist. Now, that falls into the domain of business analysis. Okay, how do you improve certain processes? How do you automate certain processes within the business? We'll talk about that when we get to business analysis. So you still have the role of project managers. It's going to grow. So the project manager is not the regular project manager that you find out there. This now incorporates a lot of Scrum, a lot of Agile, okay, and other methodology. So looking at project manager as just project manager, you're going to be making a very big mistake. A lot of people are learning project managers and are unable to get a job because of certain methodologies, certain things that we're going to talk about in the next few minutes. You also have financial analysts. All right. So if you're in accounting or you want to get into investment banking, corporate finance, you are likely in that domain that will continue to grow. Okay. And you have supply chain and logistics analysts. These are roles that involve a lot of data analytics, that involves a lot of data. So if you have data analytics skills, the domains you can look at, supply chain, logistics, these are going to continue to grow. Okay. So you see, we have done our own research. Okay. And we need an external research to validate the roles that we have selected, okay, the job roles that we have selected, and we landed, and we saw that there was a perfect match. So the roles of data analysts, data scientists, cybersecurity, data engineers, data scientists, these roles will continue to grow. Okay, so please, guys, at the end, please ensure that you're filling the attendance so you can get access to the recording and all the materials that we use in class. So please ensure that you fill the attendance form to get all the details, all the information about the session. Okay, so now I've told you the career paths that are going to grow and the ones that are going to decline. Okay, I've told you the career paths that are going to grow and the ones that are going to decline. So the next thing now is you're now a bit calm. The first question was, if a man, please tell me what career paths to go into. But now that has been answered. I've told you how to, where to position yourself, the career path to position yourself. So the next question is, which career path will get me the job quickly? Okay. I don't want to learn a job. I don't want to learn a tech skill, and in the next 8 months, 10 months, 1 year, 2 years, I'm still looking for a job. Okay. So which of these tech career paths will I get a job quickly? This question comes almost every time I have a session, and that's the reason why I included it in here. Okay. So now, the 3 things that we considered okay, while we're selecting this career path. The three things that we considered while we were selecting this career path. So you see on the list of, even from the report I shared with you, there are quite a number of there are quite a number of job roles in there. So the three things that we considered when selecting was, number one was ease of learning. Okay, ease of learning was number one. Number two was ease of transitioning. Okay, and number three was high and rewarding salaries. So these are the three things that we single-handedly considered, while we were selecting the career path for you to get into, to get a job quickly. Ease of learning. So you don't need to spend the next 1 month, 1 year to 2 years learning a particular skill. All right, something you can learn, okay, within a short frame of time, and ease of transitioning, meaning that these roles are consistently being recruited for. So if you go there today, you see 100 jobs have been posted. You go there tomorrow, another 50 have been added. You go the the day after, you continue to see that there's always new job opportunities being posted on a daily basis. So you mean the higher the number of roles available, the higher the opportunity of you landing your first job. Okay, so ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and the third one is high and rewarding salary. You must get paid for you learning the skill. Okay, we'll talk about salaries as we go on. So you see, when we combine these three things, okay, we did permutation and combination. We landed on 8 career paths. Okay, we landed on 8 career paths that would help you land your job fast in the tech space. 8 career paths. 8 career paths. Now, number one is business analysis. Okay, so if you're looking at these 3 criteria, ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salaries. If you're looking at this, okay, number one is business analysis. Number 2, data analytics. Number 3, data scientist. Number 4, data engineering. Number 5, cybersecurity. Number 6, agile and scrum project manager. Number 7, HR analyst. And number 8 is the financial analyst. Okay, 8 delicious career paths that if you learn today, the ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high rewarding salaries are the things that we considered, and we landed on these 8 interesting and rewarding career paths. I mean, if you're enjoying yourself so far, guys, I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat. Let me see. Let me see. If you're getting value so far, please put a 1 in the chat. Let's go. So you see, we landed on these 8 career paths were not just random. Okay, they were not randomly selected. We did not do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We didn't say that, okay, other people are learning these skills, let's just put it in training. So we have done extensive research, okay, based on our experience, based on our research, based on external validation. We have landed on 8 career paths: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salary. So these are the ones that we know, and this is what has given us the best success based on helping people transition into their tech careers. Okay. Now, a lot of people think that, take for example, and this is where ease of transitioning comes in. Okay. This is where ease of transitioning comes in. So now a lot of people think that if I learn, take for example, data analytics, I can work as a data analyst. Most people think that it is a linear career path. I learn data analytics, I will get a job as a data analyst. So that's what you think. And that's not the case. Majority of the time, that's not the case. Take, for example, in my experience, I have not worked in a role that has the title of a data analyst. Okay? I've not. So that's exactly the misconception most people have. And that's why you think that, well, I'm not going to learn data analytics because everybody's learning it. There are a ton of career paths within data analytics as a name, as a domain on its own. So you look at the role of a data analyst. You could work as a data analyst. That's the normal convention that we're all familiar with. You could work as a business intelligence analyst. That's another role. You could work as a marketing analyst, sales analyst, logistic analyst, supply chain analyst, procurement analyst, operations analyst, product analyst, customer analyst. I'm already thinking already. I'm very sure you guys are getting the drift without that flow. So you see, majority of the roles have incorporated analytics in there. Okay, so you say you don't want to learn data analytics because everybody's learning it. It's you shooting yourself in the leg, because literally all the roles that you find out there at the moment has embedded a bit of analytics. Okay, so I've worked in logistics. Okay, I've done a bit of logistics analytics. That's what data analytics is. You merging data analytics and logistics together in order for you to become a logistics analyst. Supply chain analyst, you're working with supply chain data and you're using data analytics to analyze supply chain data. It's basically it. So it's a very big domain. It's not a tiny domain. It's not a niche domain. So it means that if you learn data analytics today, you have a wide range of opportunities for you to latch into. Do you get the drift? That's the ease of transition I'm talking about. And that's why we selected this 8 career paths. So you see the role of a data scientist, okay? It's not that you learn data science, you get a job as a data scientist. That's not the case. There are other roles you can actually latch into in order for you to get your first job. Okay? So now with data science, you can apply for all the roles in data analytics. You see, now, just you learning data science, you have an entire domain that you can apply to. Okay? You can apply to all the roles in data analytics. Now, what other roles can you apply to? Data scientist. You can apply to a job of a machine learning engineer. You can apply to the role of a forecasting analyst, demand planning, big data analyst, quantitative analyst, market research analyst, NLP developer, computer vision engineer. These are roles that you can apply to. So I mean, this is where the big big market within the job space entails. So you learning data science does not mean you must get a job as a data scientist. There are other roles there for you to explore. Those are the things that we will teach you, we would show you, and that's what I'm showing you already at the moment. Okay. Data engineering also. Is it only data engineer you can work as? No. There are other roles within data engineering that you could have. You can work as an analytics engineer, BI engineer, or what we call BI developer. You can work AWS cloud engineer, Azure cloud engineer, GCP cloud engineer, ETL developer, and so on, data migration specialist. These are roles that you can actually latch into. So a lot of people have this misconception, and that's the reason why we have this tech series, to tell you that it's not a linear career path. You learn data engineering, you become a data engineer. No, there are other roles in there for you to explore. That's where the ease of transition. I'll repeat this until it sinks in. You have not just one type of role for you to apply to. You have a married opportunity. You have myriad of opportunity. You have a lot of opportunity for you to apply to. Now we have cybersecurity, which is a domain that most people want to get into. So if you learn cybersecurity today, can you only work as a cybersecurity analyst? The answer is a resounding no. It's not just cybersecurity analysts. There's SOC analyst, there's SOC analyst, what they call SOC analyst, there's information security analyst, there's network security analyst, there's incident response analyst, penetration tester, security architect, cyber threat analyst, vulnerability analyst. See, I can keep on going, okay? And you can see I kept saying so much more, telling you that there are other opportunities there for you to latch into. The same thing with the role of a business analyst, okay? Business, you can work as a business analyst, you can work as a business data analyst, you can work as a process analyst, business systems analyst, functional analyst. There are quite a number of roles you get the drift. Same thing with financial analytics, same thing with HR analytics, same thing with the Scrum/Agile manager, okay, project manager. Roles exist. So a lot of people are very linear when they're looking at getting into the tech space. I'm going to learn data analytics and get a job as a data analyst. I'm going to learn data engineering to become a data engineer. It doesn't work in that way. There are other roles in there. So this session is literally, I am entering into your mind, okay? And I want to expand your mind to tell you that, see, there are opportunities. Don't let people tell you that, oh, tech is narrow, tech is crowded. There are so many opportunities in the tech space. So many, okay? So many opportunities that is enough for you, enough for me, if you learn today. And that's where the focus is coming in now. So you see, I've told you where to position yourself. Career paths that are going to grow, okay? Career paths that are going to grow. I've told you, there are 8 of them we selected based on certain criteria: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high and rewarding salaries. Now, positioning. If today you say you want to learn data analytics, please don't get distracted. There are opportunities. People are building an entire career on data analytics. If you choose data engineering, you choose cybersecurity, focus on each of these career paths. And I'll tell you for free, you are also going to be successful. You will get your own first job. Okay? And you won't remember all the hustle. Like I said, me, I was doing warehouse. Do you think I remember I was working in the warehouse? I don't remember. I have pictures that sometimes I want to reminisce. I go back to reminisce. Okay? But that's all. Like that's basically it. So if a man, you see where we are progressing. You can see the progression we are going through. First of all, you don't even know the career path to go into. I told you the career path that you should latch into. The next one is which one will get me the job quickly? Okay, I've answered that question. Now the next one is if a man, okay, I'm currently working in customer service. I'm currently working as a teacher. I'm currently working as a, care worker, whatever the case may be. And I don't have any industry experience. I don't have any experience in this place, in any of this career plan. If a man, please, how will I make it happen? How will I make it happen? That's the key question. And I'll tell you for free, it is possible. And we have devised our own strategy. Okay? We've devised our own methodology. We have devised our own framework. Okay? And the framework is very simple. It's a very simple framework that if you implement it, it's going to work for you. And the name of this framework is the Tenalytics 6-step approach to tech career transitioning. I think we deserve a round of applause at this point in time. Please give me a round of applause, guys. I think I deserve. Tenalytics deserve a round of applause for designing this framework. So, guys, give me only 3 rounds of applause. Only 3 people. I think we're going to call it a day. All right, fantastic. I love it. Okay, all right. So you see, guys, we have devised this framework that has worked not just for myself, if you may not, okay? It has worked for a ton of other people that have gone through Tenalytics and they have gone on to getting their first job. So we call it the Tenalytics 6-step approach to tech career transitioning. We've been doing this for the last 4 years. So when I tell you we have a wealth of experience, we have a wealth of experience. So let me tell you about the 6-step. Let me tell you the 6-step. Let me tell you the 6-step. I'm not gatekeeping any information. No gatekeeping. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I will spill the tea. I will spill the tea so that you also can enjoy the things that we are enjoying. Okay. So number 1 is identify your desired tech career. Identify. So the moment we've talked about, and that's the reason why we spend time talking about the career paths you should go into, why you should go into this career path, and the opportunities that are there. So a lot of people think that, oh, a lot of people are learning data analytics. Data analytics is crowded. A lot of people in Canada are learning business analysis. Business analysis is crowded. I don't want to learn it because XYZ is learning it. So I want to try. Position yourself, guys. Okay? Position yourself. Learn. Get the job. That's what matters. If in the future you want to improve on, identify the career path that you want to get into, okay? And stick to it. Okay? Don't listen to any other person. So I got distracted too, and I would say that's the reason why it took me longer for me to get my first job. I got distracted. So I had a friend of mine, okay, that got a job as a UI UX designer. What did I do? I dropped everything I was learning and faced UI UX because I felt UI UX was going to get me a job, and that's it. So it derailed me, and that's month that a couple of weeks that I used to learn UI UX. I would have invested it in myself and I probably would have gotten there faster. Okay. But anyways, those are the distractions that we're talking about. So today, a friend of yours got a job as a data engineer. You are going to data engineering. Oh, next week you were watching a podcast and somebody was talking about the opportunity in cybersecurity. So you moved away from data engineering and you went into cybersecurity. From when you're learning cybersecurity, you saw somebody got a job as a project manager, one of your closest friends, one of your family members, and you're like, okay, if this person can get project manager, it seems like I can do it also. And you see that period of you navigating, gallivanting, okay, from one career path to the other, if you had focused, you would have gotten what you're looking for. So the power there is for you to identify the tech career paths that you want to get into. Okay. All right. So based on the 8 career paths that we selected, okay, what career paths would you like to get started in? So based on the 8 career paths that we discussed, okay, what career path would you like to get into? Let's go. Let me see. Just use the abbreviation DEDA, CS for cybersecurity. What else is there? BA for business analysis. you get the drift already. So we have data engineering, we have cybersecurity, financial analysts, we have data analytics, data engineering, cybersecurity, BA, HR. Okay, fantastic. HR analytics again, DS, DA, DS, project manager, Scrum Master, fantastic. Cybersecurity, business analysis, so on. I'm ready for okay, full stack engineer, fantastic. We have HR analyst, cybersecurity, and so on. Fantastic. The moment you select a career path that you're interested in, please stick to it. There's power in focus. Okay, so the next thing is learn the skills. Okay, learn the skills that would help you get the job. Start to educate yourself. Okay, learn the skills. A lot of people think that in order for you to get a job in the tech space, you need to be an expert. There's this misconception. I need to learn it to the extent that if they wake me up anytime in the middle of the night, I will be able to do the same thing. All right. So a lot of people want to achieve mastery before they get their first job. That's not the case. The thing is to learn the skills needed for you to get a job. Okay. So I had this debate on Twitter just a couple of weeks back, couple of months back, and the debate was centered around data engineering. So and somebody said, okay, how that people can't become a data engineer in 3 months, okay? And I laughed and I responded to that particular tweet and I asked the guy, was the guy, and the guy, okay, how long should it take? How long should it take for you to learn the skills needed for you to get a job as a data engineer? He never responded, okay, because I know the response. I mean, should it take you 1 year? Should it take you 6 months? Should it take you 2 years? Okay, should it take you years to learn the skills? No. You need to learn certain things to get you the job within that particular space. Those are the things that you need to learn. Okay. And that's exactly what we're going to be discussing in the next few minutes. Okay. Learn the skills needed for you to get the job. Okay. Number 3, gain project-based experience. Now, you don't have any experience. You don't have any work experience. You don't have any like industry pertain experience. You've never gone to the office to learn this particular thing or experimented or gained experience. So now the only thing that you could do is to work on projects. Okay. Now within the tech space, project-based experience is as good as work experience. And I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you how it even worked for me personally. Project-based experience. Okay. So when you're applying for a job, if you go to any job board, they'll tell you experience. They talk about experience, but they don't tell you where you need to get this experience. They're not limiting it to you must have worked in the office, you must have won a school bag and have gone to the office to gain this experience. That's not the case. So take for example, if I want to go into a new domain today, okay, and I want to get started, all I need to do today is to start working on projects within that domain, and I would use these projects as my experience, okay? And I will talk more about that. So gain project-based experience in you getting started. So, get internship, and that's the reason why we offer internship also. So build your projects, gain project-based experience. So work experience doesn't mean that you had to go to the office to gain that experience. Okay, you didn't have to go to the office to gain that experience. You don't need to have done that to gain experience. You could work on a project. So take for example, one of the roles I worked in. Okay, I got a job. This role involved somebody that was good with Power BI. Okay, it was a Power BI developer role. Now they needed somebody that was very good with Power BI that could work with Power BI. Even though I'd worked with Power BI, okay, I couldn't show them the reports that I built for that organization, the organization I was working with at that time, because of privacy. I couldn't show them their numbers. They were competing organizations. They were both in the supply chain, it's the supply chain of the business. Okay, so I was working with DPD. If you're in Europe, anywhere in Europe, you know DPD. Okay, so I was working with DPD and I was trying to get into Dell, the computer business. So they had a logistic arm and I was trying to get into that. Okay, so I couldn't share the data that I was working with, okay, while I was working with DPD because of privacy, like I said. So I needed to show them the skills that I had, okay? I couldn't show them the data that I was working with DPD. So what did I do? So I built on my fun time and my spare time, I'd worked on projects. So I'm an Arsenal fan. So what I did was to build a dashboard, a national dashboard. So I went to a website that stored all the information about EPL data, all the EPL, all the matches Arsenal has played, if they won, if they lost, if they drew, how many goals were scored, so on and so forth. So what I did was to build, a Power BI report. So I went to the website, scraped the data, built like a dashboard, built a dashboard, all right, automated it using Power BI service, and I built like an end-to-end service. I built an end-to-end. And you see, during the project, obviously because I couldn't share what I was working in the office, I used that project, okay? And during the presentation, you could see these guys excited that you did this yourself, like spare time, like you did this yourself. I said, yes, I built this myself. Okay. And they were asking questions and I was giving them the answers to this. So that's also an experience. That's experience. So, and I usually use this analogy every single time. You have two people. The first person is telling you that, let's say you want to make a chair. Okay. You want to make a chair in your house. Okay. So the first carpenter is telling you that I have a certificate. I don't have any samples, but I just finished a program, okay, from a carpentry school. Okay. I have a certificate, but I don't have any sample. I can't show you that I can do it. Okay. Then you have the second person that did not go to any carpentry school, but is telling you that they can do it, and they're showing you samples of the work they've done. Okay. Oh, Organ, me do this chair. Organ, me do this one. I did this. I did that. I did this table for my client in Lagos. I did this my client in Akure. I did this for my client in this. So it's still a beginner. He doesn't have a shop. He doesn't have any ground standing, but he can show you proof of their work. So one person has a certificate. The other person has proof of work. Now, who are these people would you go for? Which of these two people would you go for? Would you go for the person that has a certificate? Or would you go for the person that has proof of work? Okay, so person A or person B. B is the person that has proof of work. A is the person that has a certificate but does not have any samples. Okay, you can see that's exactly what we are talking about. The tech space is based on work you have done. Can you show me the things that you've done? You said you know how to use Excel, you know how to use Power BI, you know how to do a process flow, you know how to work as a data engineer. Can you show me projects that you've worked on? So, and that's where we tell you that certificates doesn't matter in the tech space. Because if you don't have proof of work, if you can't show projects you've worked on, it is full time. Okay. So gain project-based experience. Okay. Now moving on from there, the next thing is gain employability skills. Gain employability skills. And now this is where a lot of people make the biggest mistake. So, and I usually like to use myself as, as an experience, because when I relocated also, I had this mindset. I was still stuck with my Nigerian mindset. Okay. So when I was recruited back home in Nigeria, okay, let me tell you exactly what would happen. So when I'm applying for a job and I want to get a new job, when I do the interview process, they want you to be humble. Okay, Nigerians want you to be humble, like they want you to be down to earth. Okay, during the recruitment process, so you can't really brag too much. I don't know, maybe they can brag now, but recruiters want, employers want you to be down to earth. So I came with that same perspective when I was in Ireland. So I came with that same perspective. So in Nigeria, if you had said that, oh, I want to start from the bottom, I want to grow, I want to understand the company culture, and I want to grow from the bottom up, so on and so forth. Recruiters in Nigeria will be excited. Those are the things that I observed when I was in Nigeria. Okay. So if you tell them that, oh, I want to start from the bottom and I want to grow with the organization, you see recruiters will be smiling, be like, oh, this person is going to stay long term. This person, wants to understand what we are doing. This person is conscious. Those are the things that they want to hear. So I brought that same mentality to Ireland. I brought the same mentality to Ireland. Okay, when I started my Jackpa series from Ireland. So I brought that same mentality to Ireland. And anytime a recruiter called me, you know, I forgot the packaging. I forgot my experience. I talked a little bit about my experience and all that. I focused more on, I want to start. I want to understand the company culture. I want to start from the bottom, understand and grow with the organization. I don't know if I was a plant. I don't know if I was a seed at that time, but I was so crazy about growing. Every recruiter that called me, I want to grow, I want to understand, I want to And you see, I got plenty rejections, a lot of rejections. I got so many rejections. And I will tell you this is where employability skills comes in play. So you see a lot of people saying that they need Canada experience. They need UK experience. They need a country specific experience to get a job in that country. It's basically because you don't have employability skills. The way you answer questions during an interview matters a whole lot. It matters a significant portion. And I'll tell you this. So, what changed my interview perspective was I was speaking to this recruiter, okay, obviously for a job role back in Ireland. And I started this same thing I was saying. I want to grow with the organization. I want to start from the bottom. I want to understand this. I want to grow. And after the interview, the guy said he wants to be honest with me, okay? And I was like, oh, I usually ask for feedback about the interview process and all that. So the guy at the end was telling me that if Mena, you're not talking about your experience. You're not talking about the projects you've worked on, okay? You are more concerned about growing with the organization. That he wants to see me talk more about my experience, not just start from the ground. That I have experience. So why am I not tailoring the experience? Why am I not talking about my experience? Why am I talking about growing with the organization? So you see, that changed my life. That literally, even though I went back to sell myself during the interview, but I didn't get a job, okay, which was painful at that time. But you see, the next interview I went to, guys, I will tell you for free that I sold myself. I sold myself so much that even me, so I did fear myself. Say, shouldn't me do all this work? And that's exactly what that's change in interview process changed, like literally significantly changed the projection of my career within the tech space. So even looking at people and people are telling you, and you are saying that, oh, my skills in Nigeria are not relevant in Canada. I mean, it's the same Excel. This Excel that you use in Nigeria or in Ghana or in Cameroon or in Kenya is the same Excel they're using in Canada and the US. The Power BI that you learn in Nigeria or in any African country, it's the same Power BI. It's the same skill. And this is where employability skills comes in play. So how do you tailor your CV? How do you even have a standout CV that when they see the CV, they need to call you? All right. How do you have a LinkedIn profile that is so good that when they see you, you come off as a thought leader, you come off as an expert within the domain? Those are the things that set you apart. And those are the things that we have put in place that has helped us significantly in getting people jobs within the tech space. So you see where we're coming from. Identify the career, learn the skill, build projects, work on projects. Project-based experience is as valid as work experience. It's as valid as work experience. I will tell you this again and again. Then the next part is employability. This is when you can now sell the skills that you have during the interview process. Number 5 is networking. All right. Networking is imperative when you're trying to transition. So you can't do this. Nobody's an island of knowledge. Nobody knows everything. So this is when you now start to meet up with people. There is Eventbrite. There are quite a number of tech meetup. Please attend these tech meetups. Talk to people. Send people messages on LinkedIn. Oh, I like your career path. If you're in Ireland, if you're in UK, you're in Norway, you're in any country, network with people within that domain. Send messages to people. If you're in Canada, send people messages in Canada. Oh, I love your career projection. I would like to jump on a call with you to see this is where I'm trying to get to. This is where I'm at this point in time. People want to network. People actually want to have this conversation with people. So send messages to people, network with people, ask people questions, get mentors, and so on and so forth. The last one is mentorship. All right, networking would always lead into mentorship. So if you're sending a person a message on LinkedIn to tell them that you want to meet up with them, that's where mentorship actually starts to build. So mentorship plays a lot of roles. So like I said, that transition for me going from the warehouse to working in that same organization as a business intelligence developer was true mentorship. Okay, so I spoke to people, I met up with people, I did a lot of networking. Okay, and that transition into mentorship, and these guys mentored me, and that's how I was able to make this transition. And that's the same thing that we have done for a ton of other people that have gone through analytics. So you see where we are starting from. Identify the tech career paths, learn the skill, gain project-based experience, gain employability skills, network, and mentorship So you see, when you combine these 6 things together, there is literally no way like you won't get a job. Okay? It has worked for me, and I will share some other people that it has worked for. Okay? But before I share those people's experience, let me show you practically how this thing can work. So this is Glory. Glory is currently a teacher. Okay, so your past experience, if you're a teacher currently or you worked as a teacher before, how can you transition from being a teacher to becoming a data analyst? I'm using a data analyst as an example. So if you're interested in cybersecurity, please go ahead to suit it to cybersecurity or project manager or business analyst or whatever the case might be. So this is Glory. Her current experience is being a teacher. So she's been working as a teacher all her life. So now she wants to transition into the tech space and she wants to get a job. Like I said, number one, identify the tech career paths that you want to get into. That's number one. Focus on that particular one. Say data analytics, this is exactly what I want to do. So after attending the Analytics Tech Series events, like what we're doing at the moment, she decided that, oh, I want to become a data analyst. And she stuck with data analytics. Number two, learn the skills required for you to get the job. Learn the skills, nothing more, okay, that is required for you to get a job. So this is where Analytics comes in to give you that immersive learning experience, okay? So, and the good thing about it is we have what we call the blended delivery style. So, people like myself, I like to practice I like to practice things a couple of times before I understand it very well. And we have people that when they see it for the first time, they've gotten it. So we have the fast learners and we have the slow learners. Now, how do we combine these people to learn together? Okay. How do we build an environment where these guys can gain knowledge and gain that learning experience and still learn at the same pace? So that's exactly what we call the blended delivery style. I will talk more about that in in a couple of minutes. Okay. So you learn the skill. So for data analytics, you learn Power BI, you learn Excel, you learn problem solving, you learn data storytelling, you learn the skills required for you to get the job. Now, moving on from there, you gain project-based experience. Now, while you're learning with analytics, you are also going to be working on projects. And I'm going to share some of these projects with you. Okay. So you learn by working on projects. Okay, so as she's learning Excel, she's also building projects in Excel. As she's working in Power BI, as she's learning Power BI, she's also working on projects in Power BI. Okay, so that's how she starts to build a project-based experience. Okay, now the next thing is employability. Now, this is what we talk about personal rebranding. And this is where a lot of people make a mistake. Okay, so you see, back then, because I had that misconception that I needed to have worked in that country to get a job in that country. So you see that UK experience, Ireland experience, Canada experience. People were telling me this. And what did I do? On my CV, I would put the warehouse operating to show that I'm currently working in Ireland. Okay. It was the biggest mistake. Another very big mistake I was making. So I got a lot of rejections based off that. Okay. So I mean, you're working as a management consultant in Nigeria, you go to Ireland, we're working as a warehouse representative, then you now want to apply for a data analytics role, or you want to apply for a data science role. How is that possible? Nobody will give you the opportunity. Like literally nobody will send you. And that's why a lot of people are getting rejections. So you see that personal rebranding is very significant. How you structure your CV. The name, the title of the roles that you put on your CV matters significantly. And that's what we talk about, personal rebranding. So I had to personally rebrand myself. The same thing with Glory. So when Glory is creating a CV now, teacher will be nowhere in a CV. Nobody will see teacher in a CV. That's the personal rebranding that we're talking about. Okay, there won't be any form of teacher. So if she's currently working with, let's say, let me pick somebody's name. Let's say Elijah Group of Schools. Okay, so if she's working currently with Elijah Group of Schools at the moment as a teacher, okay. Now instead of even saying Elijah Group of Schools, you could just say EJ Group of School, group. EJ Group. So nobody knows to know it's a school or whatever. That's the rebranding, the packaging that we're talking about. Okay. Now, what role was she doing in that school? What role? Was she put teacher in a CV when she wants to apply for a data analyst role? Absolutely not. Zero. The word teacher or educator or something that has to do that doesn't have to do with data analytics should not be on a CV. So if she's going to be applying for a data analyst role, what will she put? She will put that she worked as a data analyst in that company. Okay. Now let me tell you. Now, how does she work as a data analyst? This is where I tell you about rebranding and packaging. Okay. This is where you need to package yourself. So a lot of people will say that, oh, that's not being trustworthy, that's not being, but that's where we talk about rebranding yourself. You're rebranding your experience. So you worked as a teacher. How do you make this transition? You say, oh, I worked as a data analyst while working as a, while in that experience. Everybody has done a bit of these tech jobs in their past experience. So take, for example, a teacher. As a teacher, what do? You have assessments, okay? You have first test, you have second test, you have third test, okay? You know the performance of each student at the end of each term. That's data analytics. That's you doing a little bit of combination, a little bit of calculation to get what people get in the first test, the second test, their exams, their attendance. You can sum it up together to get what people are getting, or what people performance, or what the students' performance was like in that class. So it's you now using that your data analytics skills to say that, okay, if I had the skills while I was working as a teacher, what things would I have implemented? Okay, I would have, analyzed the data of students' performance to know why people were not performing well. Okay, so if I know why people are not performing well in classes, or the reasons why people are not performing well in classes, I could improve on that process, and this would have led to a significant change in student performance. Okay, so you see, you're already using data analytics to sell yourself as a teacher. So even though you're working as a teacher, you're scoring people, at the end of the term, you know the people that passed and you know the people that failed. So if you're working as a data, if you add that data that's at this point in time, you could have analyzed the people data, okay? Know who was performing less, the people that were performing less, why were they performing less, okay? And use that data to improve certain processes. Even as a data engineer, it's the same thing, okay? If you are working as a teacher, okay, in a secondary school, you'll find out that each teacher within the secondary school keeps their data, their score data, their scores. So if you're doing Introtech teacher has the scores of all the Introtech students or all the students in Introtech. Social studies will keep all their data for social studies separately. So the teacher for Introtech and the teacher for social studies, CRK, every course, every teacher keeps their own data, keeps their own students' performance scores. It's at the end of the term that somebody will now collate all these numbers and create a report card. Okay? So now, if you're working as a data engineer in that school, what would you have done? That's a key question. What would you have done? I would have built a database architecture, okay, that will store critical student information, okay, and keep it together in one, in a central location, That's you implementing the things that you would have done if you were working as a data engineer in that school. So those are the things that you would do. And that's what we talk about personal rebranding. So you don't tell people, oh, I'm a teacher. Okay, I just learned data analytics. Nobody wants to give a learner a chance in the tech space. This is where you talk about personal rebranding. So once you move on from there, you talk about networking, you go for networking events, you go for tech events, you send people messages on LinkedIn to connect, okay? And even with Analytics, we have a ton of alumni network that you can meet up with, okay, that you can send messages to. They will even come on board to even tell you how they were able to achieve it. That's part of the networking activities that we do. Now, number 6 is mentorship. All right, we have mentorship programs within even Analytics where we bring in experts within the industry to come and speak to you, tell you how they were able to achieve it and how you can also achieve it. These are the things that we are going to be doing for you. So you see, this is where we start by you being focused and you being positioning yourself. So you want to go into data analytics, stay with data analytics, data science, data engineering, what career path you want to go into, focus on that, learn the skill, build projects in that particular domain, okay? Gain employability skills. That's where we talk about your personal rebranding. So because you're working in warehouse, don't let it be on your CV anywhere on your CV that you worked in the warehouse, because you are likely going to get rejected almost immediately. So you see a lot of people saying that, oh, there are no jobs, there are no jobs, there are no jobs because they're getting constant rejection. First off, if you're getting a lot of rejection, you have a terrible CV. Okay, that's just being honest with you. You have a bad CV. Okay, if you're constantly getting rejection, you have a bad CV. If you get first level interview and you don't get a call back after the first level, it means that you have a good CV, but you are saying the wrong things, okay, during the interview process. Okay. And that's exactly what I have learned. So the things, like I said, the things that have taken me about 10 years for me to learn, okay, I'm trying to compress it into a 2-hour session. Okay, but we're almost done. So now, has anyone gotten any job using this analytics 6 steps approach? This is where the doubting Thomas comes in. Okay, has anybody gotten a job using this 6 steps approach to tech career transition? No why me, I beg you. Okay, this is where you are telling me, oh, if a man I know the why me. Okay, this is I know you're trying to get us to get started. Okay, but has anybody gotten a job? And this is where I'll tell you categorically, we have had over 2,000 plus people transition from Tenalytic. No experience, nothing. So let me share some of the stories with you. You can see here, okay, the first one I have here. These are separate people from the people I showed you at the beginning. Okay, these are entirely another set of people, like a different set of people. So now let me tell you exactly what they said. So you see, this is Ebube. Ebube got a job, a full-time job working as a data scientist with the NHS in the UK. Now you can see, my first role is data scientist. First proper job in the UK after Tenalytics training. You can see the badge, you can see, you can see everything, okay? All right, so you can see Ebube, data scientist, and you can see the department she's working in, all right? You can also see Whistling sending Adeza a message. She said, hi, Adeza, just update you on the outcome of the interview. I am pleased to let you know that I have been offered the position offered the position at Shell. So she got a job as a sales analyst working with Shell. This is another person getting a full-time offer within the same, within the same domain, all right, that she learns. She learned data analytics. She was able to get a job as a sales analyst. So you see, this is another one, Vivian. Vivian got 3 job offers. I'm not the one that said it. Let me read the email she sent to me. So she said, hi, Ifemena, I trust you're doing great. I come to you with delightful news. I interviewed with 3 companies and was made offers by all 3 companies. Now, in the same country where people say there are no jobs, people are securing and bagging offers on a daily basis. 3 offers from 3 different companies. Okay? These guys have no prior experience, no advantage. Literally, we are all relocating together. Majority of the people that you see are all people that are relocated and are looking for a better life. Got 3 offers. You see it here. 3 companies, PwC, Asset Risk Consultants, and Bank Julius Baer. So you see, these are not small organizations. These are not small companies. Okay. So if you say that, oh, you got a job with one small company, no. PwC is one that big four, I mean. That's the one. Asset Risk Consultants, also one of the largest in the world. So you see, I'm sticking to Bank Julius Baer as a data and business analyst. The pay is great, and it comes with great benefits too. I thank Analytics for the great foundation and support it provided me. I am so excited to commence this new role. So, I mean, if people are able to get 3 roles, people are able to get their first job as a data scientist, okay, that you think that is difficult or is hard, this is able that I was able to achieve it. Sales analyst, and these are not just a few people. Let me show you more people, okay? So you see, more success story. You can see this now. Hello, Femena. Thank you for the support and assistance. I had my final interview on Friday last week, and though it generally went well, I left out the blank. I blanked out the personal details she wanted to leave out. But you see, today I got a call of a tentative offer to start in July. Okay, to start in July. This lady got a job as a data scientist for one of the largest retail firms, also based in Poland. She's based in Poland, and she was able to achieve this going through the training program. Now, you see, Shago also got 2 offers as a data analytics specialist, also in the same UK. People will come out to say that there are no jobs, there are no this, there are no that, there are racist, there are these, they don't want to give you a job because you don't have UK experience, blah, blah, blah. People are getting 2 job offers. So how do you reconcile that? So good morning, GC. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Oluwaseun, a pastor of analytics. I have an urgent situation, sir. I got 2 job offers, and it's hard for me to make a decision on which one to take. We have people that are considering, okay, they are weighing their options. And we have people that are saying that there are no jobs. So which one do you want to believe? Which one do you want to go with? The people that tell you that no jobs allow you to stick on that career path that you don't find interesting. There is no progression, nothing. And we're telling you that if you learn these steps, you learn the skill, you follow through the 6 steps. These are the opportunities that you have. These are all different people. Now, another set of people, you see, we have a session here, how I secured a job after training with analytics. These are another set of different individuals that we have not talked about. How I secured a job offer after training with analytics. Another set of people, all right, that have gone on to getting their job. So we have 2 sessions here. So you see, click here to watch. So click here to watch. So what I would say now is, if you want to see these guys, please fill the attendance form, okay? You are going to get this material, so you will be able to watch these videos at your own time, okay? So you see, just click here to watch. Please fill the attendance so that you can get access to the materials from the training program, so you can listen to these fellow Africans that are getting jobs across the world, going through analytics. So I mean, do you guys find this interesting? Let me see. Put a 1 in the chat if you find this interesting. If you're motivated to get started, please, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. All right. So we're telling you, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Hey, you can do it. Put a 1 in the chat if you know you're excited about this opportunity. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's see. All right, keep it coming, guys. So, we've talked about so many things. If Emena, keep talking, I want to hear more. If Emena, keep talking, I want to hear more. So the thing now is, we've told you that you can do this, all right? We've told you the strategies that you can deploy, and we've also talked about the actionable steps that you can take, all right? So the next part that we're going to talk about is, how can you get into any of these career paths? How can you get started in any of these career paths? Okay. So number 1 is, I'm just going to start with the role of the business analyst. Okay. So the business analyst, what do you need to learn now to get a job as a business analyst? Like, don't forget that key thing I said. If there is nothing you took out of this session, the one thing that should be resounding to you is, you're not learning to become an expert. Okay. The idea is, a lot of people think that, oh, I need to learn to become an expert in order for me to get a job. No, the key thing that you need to take out of this session is, you need to learn the skills necessary, needed for you to get your first job. It's when you get the job, continuous practice on the job is what leads to mastery. So a lot of people want to achieve mastery while learning. It's impossible. You can't. It's impossible. All right. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Learning. What skills do you need to learn to become a business analyst? That's the key thing that we need to explore. All right. So now you see, the first thing that you're going to learn is Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Now, you'll be wondering, okay, why would the business analyst need to learn Excel, Power BI, and SQL? This is where we talk about industry experience. Okay. So we are inside the industry. We are doing this on a day-to-day. Okay. And we have seen that majority of the business analyst roles are infusing data analytics in that. Okay. They are infusing it. It's been creeping in the last 2 years. You see a lot of roles. You'll now be seeing them talking about Excel skills, Power BI, SQL. It's been sinking in. It's been sipping in, in the last 2 years. But now, categorically, if you want to get a job, if you want to get an advantage while applying for a job, you need to have data analytics skills. So you see, that's what you're going to learn. Excel, you're going to learn Power BI, and you're going to learn SQL. Those are the critical 3 areas that you need to learn in data analytics, and you're going to learn it. Okay. And that's what we talk about, we having the updated curriculum in the industry. So if you're looking to learn from the updates, from the guys that are currently doing this, the guys that are currently in the industry, that tells you exactly what you need to learn to get started, this is exactly where to be. So you're going to learn Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Then you move into process mapping, move into project and decision planning, agile and scrum for projects, software development life cycles, requirement fundamentals, elicitation, stakeholder analysis and engagement. And you will also work with AI, which is ChatGPT for business analysis. So you combine these things together. These are the skills necessary, needed for you to get a job as a business analyst. So some of the skills, tools you get to work with, you work with Excel, SQL, Power BI, Lucy Charts. You get to work with Confluence, Jira Software, Draw.io, Trello, ChatGPT, and even more than what you see on the screen. Okay. The learning timeline is 4 months. You learn to become a business analyst in 4 months, 2 months of learning, and 2 months of immersive internship experience. So for all of you looking for free internship, you don't need to look further. We are going to give you internship. And in this internship for the business analyst, you're going to be managing a web application development project, a real life project where you'll be working as a business analyst and you'll be implementing all the things that you've learned in that particular internship. So 2 months of learning and 2 months of immersive internship experience. So now we have our classes on the weekend, Saturdays and Sunday. And the reason why we have this is very simple. We are all working professionals. So we have our Mondays to Fridays all sorted out. Okay. We're always working or we're doing one thing or the other. So classes are on the weekends to make it convenient and flexible for you to learn. That's going back to the first thing I said, ease of learning, something that you can learn on the weekend for 3 hours every weekend, and you can transition into the next couple of months. Okay. So Saturday classes for the guys in Nigeria, the guys in Africa, and the guys in Europe. Okay. We have a morning session. So the morning session is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. So if you're anywhere in Africa or you're in the UK, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday is your time of learning. Then we have for the guys in Canada and the US, we have an evening session, which is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time, or 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you're in Canada and the US, the time that you'll be having your session on Saturday is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now, you also have the classes on Sunday, afternoon and evening session. The afternoon session is tailored for the guys in Africa and the guys in Europe, which is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. And the evening session is tailored for the guys in Canada, which is 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that would translate to 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. West African time. So that is 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the guys in Canada and the US. And for the guys in West Africa, Africa in general, or Europe, it is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. So these are the things that you need to learn. And this is the duration, the learning timeline for you to learn it and when you'll be having your classes. Okay. Same thing for data analytics. So what are you going to learn to become a data analyst? What skills do you need to learn? Number one is problem solving. Problem not the finish. So what you need to do as a data analyst, you need to understand how to solve problems as a data analyst. You move on to Excel. So the key technology you're going to work with is Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Tableau. Those are the 4 critical technologies that you need to learn. Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Tableau are the key technologies that you need to learn. Now, once you're finished with that, you learn what we call data storytelling. You also get to work with ChatGPT, which is AI for data analytics. And last but not the least, you get to work with Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. Now, the learning timeline is for 4 months, 3 months of learning, and 1 month internship. Now, you have the classes still for Africa and also for Canada and US, okay? So we only have live classes on Saturday for the data analytics, so which makes it a tad bit more convenient for you. One class in a week, okay, which is just on Saturday, which is project-based, is project-driven, okay? So you have morning session 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. We have the evening session for the guys in Canada and the US, which is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay. On Sunday, we have what we call the self-paced aspect, which is we call it the self-watch me do it. Okay. So you're going to be watching somebody do it and you're going to be replicating what the person has done. So that's the best way for you to learn. Okay. And I'll share those things with you. Okay. I'll share everything with you. So we have the live classes on Saturday, one live class on Saturday, and Sunday, this is where you work on projects by yourself. And this is where you achieve mastery, you achieve that continuous improvement you working on projects by yourself. So that's data analytics. For data science, you're going to be learning statistics. All right. You're going to be working with Excel. You're going to be working with Tableau, SQL, and Python. So you're going to be working with Excel, Tableau, SQL, and Python for data science. So you're going to be learning Excel, using Excel for forecasting, predictive analytics, and so on. You're going to be doing the same thing with Tableau, using for data analytics, predictive analytics, and so on. Then we have SQL. You're going to be working with SQL. You will learn Python. You would also get to work with exploratory data analysis, machine learning, computer vision. You get to work with GitHub. Then you also get to work with AI. So the AI tools you're going to work with is ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot for programming. Then we'll have Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. So these are the things that you're going to learn in data science, in the data science curriculum. So the learning timeline is for 4 months, 3 months of learning, and 1 month of immersive internship experience. 1 month of immersive internship experience. So you can see, I'm listing out the skills you need to learn in order for you to get a job within each of the domain. And please don't forget exactly what I said at the start of the session. You're learning data science or data analytics doesn't mean it's linear. Don't think of it as a linear job. I learned data analyst. I'm going to get a data analytics. I'm going to get a job as a data analyst. I learned data science. I'm going to get a job as a data scientist. There are other opportunities in there for you to latch into. And that will take into consideration the skills that you're learning. Statistics, Excel for forecasting and predictive analytics, Tableau, SQL, Python, data analytics, exploratory data analysis, machine learning, and so on and so forth. So the live classes is similar to that of data analytics, where you have classes tailored for the guys in Africa and in Europe. Okay, so 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, even anywhere in Africa or you are in Europe, it is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. Now, for the guys in Canada and the US, it is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for your live classes on Saturday. Sunday, you have the self-paced aspect of the project. Okay. Now, data engineering, what would you need to learn? First of all, the fundamentals, very important. Data engineering fundamentals, what's a database, what's a data lake, what's a data warehouse, data architecture, data streaming, data ingestion. Those are the things that you need to understand. So moving on from there, you go into SQL, you go into Python programming. Okay, so these are the two key technologies in data engineering that you need to learn, SQL and Python. Those are like the two major technologies you need to learn. All right. You would also get to work with Linux. Okay. And you also get to build custom ETL pipelines, working with database, APIs, and web scraping. So you get to work with building ETL pipelines, working with database, APIs, and web scraping. Then we move into Apache Spark. You get to work with Apache Spark with dealing with big data. So when you're talking about big data, handling big data, you're talking about working with Apache Spark for distributed systems and so on. So you will learn all that in the data engineering course. Version control, working with GitHub, Apache Flow for data pipeline automation. You would also get to work with projects in AWS, Azure, and GCP. So you see, you are not gaining one knowledge in one cloud environment. You're getting project experience in AWS, Azure, and GCP. And last but not least, you also get to work with AI. Okay, that's ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot for programming. So you see, when you talk about encompassing, okay, learning the things that you need to learn in order for you to get a job. Hence the reason why we have been very successful with helping people land their first job. So learning timeline for data engineering is for 5 months, okay? 3 months of learning, okay, and 2 months immersive internship. Now, the internship for data engineering is a tad bit more, because of the complexities of their work, okay? So it's a tad bit more. So you have 2 months of internship and 3 months of learning experience. Now, Saturday classes, and so you have classes on Saturday. So we have just one class, okay, which is one live class on Saturday. And it's tailored for the guys in Canada and the guys in US and also the guys across Europe, okay? So we have the morning session, which is 4 p.m. to, the session is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time. So if you're anywhere in Africa and in Europe, the timing is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. your time on Saturday. And on, for the guys in Canada and the US, that's 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, only on Saturday. You have your classes just on Saturday all right, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay. So on Sunday, you have your self-paced videos that would help you work on more projects at your own pace. Like I said, the reason why we have that self-paced aspect is we have fast learners and we have slow learners. We have people like myself that want to work on project 2 times, okay, for me to understand exactly what has been done. That's the whole essence of having a Sunday class that's fast-paced. So you can work on more projects and even understand it a tad bit more working by yourself. So we have the financial analyst and the HR analyst, okay? What you need to learn to become a financial analyst, let's explore that real quick. So you see the financial analytics training program combines three career paths. We have corporate finance, we have investment banking, and data analytics. So you see the first 4 things you're going to learn is data analytics. So you're going to learn problem solving, you're going to learn Excel, you're going to learn Power BI, and you're going to learn SQL. So you're going to learn things that the data analysts will know how to do. But now the key aspect that changes is what you learn after that. So you see, you learn accounting fundamentals, financial analysis, financial modeling, valuation, sensitivity, and scenario analysis. Then you also get to work with AI for data analytics. So you see, these are the critical things that you need to learn to get a role as a financial analyst. Now, what makes this role a tad bit more interesting is because you can still apply for data analyst roles. Okay, so anything that revolves around data analytics, you can still apply. And that's because you would have learned things that the data analyst can do. So from problem solving to Excel to Power BI to SQL, you will learn it like a data analyst. So you can apply for some data analyst roles, giving you the opportunity to apply for data roles. And then you will still learn accounting, financial analysis, and things you need to learn to become a financial analyst. So the likes of financial analysis, financial modeling, valuation, sensitivity analysis, and so on, you would also learn those things. Okay. So, and the interesting thing is the data analyst cannot apply for a financial analyst role. And that's because of the specialization. Because of specialization. So the data analyst has not learned financial analysis. Okay, doesn't know the difference between all the 3 financial statements, doesn't know how to turn financial statements into insights. That's exactly what you're going to learn. Now, a lot of people still think financial analytics is linear. I learn financial analytics, I become a financial analyst. That's a big mistake. Okay, there are so many other roles within financial analytics. There's commercial analyst, there's financial planning, there are quite a number of other roles you can look into. There is financial analytics. There is quite a number of other roles within the finance domain that you can actually get into. So learning timeline, we have 4 months of learning, okay? 4 months in total. That's 3 months of learning and 1 month of internship experience. So the live classes, very similar to the other ones, okay? You have your live classes just once in a week, which is on Saturday, 3 hours on Saturday. We have the time for the guys in Africa and Europe, which is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And if you're in Canada or the US, you can actually, the time is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Saturday. Sunday classes are more self-paced to allow you to work on projects at your own pace and learn at your own pace, okay? Then we have HR analytics, which is also a mixture of human resources and data analytics. So you see the first 4 things you're going to learn is data analytics, problem solving, Excel, Power BI, and SQL, meaning that if you go with the HR analytics training program, you can still apply for some roles in data analytics. Now, what makes it sweeter is the focus on HR. Okay, so if you have some prior experience in HR or you are interested in HR, this is exactly what makes you the tech professional within the HR space. So now you have used data analytics softwares like Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Now you're going to learn HR analytics and performance evaluation, HR metrics and life cycle, HR analysis and dashboarding, collaboration and report automation, and building your case and creating actions. So these are the things that you now double down on within the HR space. So you're going to learn data analytics like a data analyst. So meaning that you can apply for some roles as a data analytics and so on. You will now double down HR using data analytics within the HR domain. How can you analyze employee information? How can you analyze employee benefits? How can you analyze employee performance? And come up with creating action, those actionable steps to help the business achieve more with the resources, the human resources that they have. So the learning timeline is for 4 months, 3 months of learning and 1 month of internship. The timing is similar to that of the financial analyst and the data analyst. So you have the morning time between for the guys in Africa and in Europe, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And in the evening session, we have 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the guys in Canada and the US. So if you're interested in financial and nature analytics, these are the things you need to learn to get started. Now, we're going into cybersecurity next. Cybersecurity has become a huge success for most people looking to transition into the tech space. And I'll tell you why. It's a very interesting career path to get yourself into. Now, a lot of businesses are completing transactions online. Okay, a lot of businesses now complete transaction online. So even our sessions at the moment, you'll find out that everything is virtual. Okay, you want to attend a training program, you want to improve yourself from anywhere in the world, it's virtual. So everything is done over the internet. Now, the key question now is, how are businesses securing themselves on the internet? How do you secure yourself on the internet? All right. That's where cybersecurity comes in. How do businesses secure themselves on the internet? So, and that's where the demand has grown significantly, because a lot of things are done over the internet now. You want to send money to me, you need to what? Send it via, either your bank app or your mobile app or your web app, whatever the case may be, via the internet. All right. You want to confirm, you want to transact, you want to watch a movie, you want to do anything, it is over the internet. And one of the most popular, attacks that has happened in recent time is, take for example, what happened with Microsoft over the week, okay, just yesterday, where something happened, okay, with their cybersecurity company. Actually, it was actually with Microsoft's cybersecurity company, I think an outsourced third-party company. All right, some glitches happened, and Microsoft was down in certain countries across the world. Okay, so the same thing with even local companies like Patricia. One that is very common to every after Nigerian, I would say, is Patricia. That was hacked. That was about 2 years ago, and a lot of cryptocurrencies, a lot of money, a lot of funds in people's accounts were moved. Another bank in Nigeria was also subjected to this same problem. Flutterwave was another one. Okay, there are quite a number of organizations that have been subjected to cyber threat. Okay, so you see, and those are the things, and not just companies, even individuals. All right, you see people getting their WhatsApp being hacked or their Facebook being hacked. There are so many things. Even as an individual, you get hacked. Okay, and when they hack your system, they will hack your system, they'll hack your architecture. It's easy for them to perform, some threats. Okay, do some things, steal your information, use your information for bad things, and so on. So how do businesses secure themselves on the internet? That's exactly where cybersecurity comes in. So you see, it's a role that has grown significantly in the last couple of years. So what do you need to learn? Obviously, you start with the introduction to cybersecurity, foundation to computing and networking. So for the internet to exist, okay, computing and networking, you need to understand how it works. So that's where you need to learn foundation of computing and networking. Now, moving on from there, now you talk about certain principles that guide security in any organization. So that's when you have information security principles. Then you move into offensive and defensive cybersecurity, the red team and the blue team. How do you act as an attacker? How do you know? So it's only when you attack your system, you can build, you can attack a certain system, then you find the loopholes, okay? All right. So you're going to be learning how to attack and how to build the defensive architecture of a company's cybersecurity policies. Okay. The next thing is cryptography. Okay, this is where we talk about encryption, and all that. Then number 6, cyber threat and attack vectors. You move into the critical security areas: network security, endpoint security, web and application security, cloud security. So you see, you're learning 5 security architecture types. You learn how to secure your network. You learn how to secure endpoints. You learn how to build security architectures for web and applications, okay, your mobile apps and so on. And you also talk about cloud security. So a lot of organizations are moving their data, they're moving their stuff to the cloud. How do you secure your data in the cloud? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Now, number 12, 11 and 12. Incident response and forensic. And we'll talk about cybersecurity policies and compliance. So we have the technical side and we have the non-technical side of cybersecurity. All that will be covered in the cybersecurity training program. The learning timeline is for 4 months, okay? 3 months of learning and 1 month of immersive internship where you get to work on a real life project. So the live classes for cybersecurity is in the morning for 11 to 2 p.m. West African time, and afternoon, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. Now, for the last training program that we talked about is Agile. What do you need to learn to become an Agile project manager / Scrum Master? So this is a training program that combines quite a number of things together. So it combines different methodologies in project management. So which is you talk about Agile, you talk about Kanban, how to work with Kanban boards, how to work with Agile waterflow. You get to work with different methodologies and even Scrum inclusive. So you see, you start with the very basics, which is project management methodologies. You move into projects management skills and communication, foundation of Agile and Scrum, understanding the Scrum framework, Scrum artifact, advanced Scrum and Agile practices, end-to-end use of Jira and Confluence, and Kanban board, Agile metrics and reporting, leadership and real-world application, Nexus skilled Scrum, and we're also preparing for the PSM examination. So these are the things that we are going to do for you, okay? These are the things that we are going to do for you. And these are the things that you need to learn in order for you to get a job within project management, all right? So the learning timeline is for 4 months, also 3 months of learning and 1 month immersive internship. 1 month immersive internship. So the live class is also 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And on Sunday, you have classes 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. So for cybersecurity and Agile project management, you have the classes on the weekends, Saturdays and Sunday, 3 hours on Saturday and 3 hours on Sunday. So you see, we've gone extensively to tell you the things you need to learn, not to become a master. The things you need to learn to get your first job. Those are the things that we have discussed, okay? Now, there's a particular equation that we stick to, and I want you guys to put it in the chat. Okay, CloudStrike, thank you very much. So I'm just in the chat, apologies. So I want you guys to put this equation in the chat, T plus E, okay? T plus E, and I want you guys to stick with this. T plus E, the technical skills plus the employability skills equals to your job offer. It's as simple as that. It's not as complicated as you think it is. T plus E equals to the job offer. You see a lot of people chasing technical skills. A lot of people chasing technical. You see, if you go on Twitter, you go on Instagram, you see a lot of people, in order for you to become a cybersecurity analyst, these are free resources that you can go and watch. Okay. These are things that you can do. These are things you need to learn. Okay. But it's beyond the technical skills. All right. It's largely beyond the technical. Yes, technical skills is there. Okay. But in order for you to get a job, it is beyond just the technical skills. All right. There's also the aspect of likability. They need to like you. You need to come off as warm and likable during the interview process. And those are the things that you need to understand during the employability. All right, the employability aspect of the training program. So technical skills is not enough. So we have talked extensively about the technical skill. Oh, learn Excel, learn Jira, learn Confluence, learn cybersecurity, learn learn how to use all the tools within cybersecurity. Okay, so you have the likes of your Cisco Packet Tracer, you get to work with Burp Suites, you get to work with different technologies in cybersecurity. But for you to get a job, employability skills is very important. So now, what are these employability skills that we're talking about? The first level that we have there, we have 6 of them. Number 1 is your CV. Your CV is your gateway to getting your first job. So if you have a terrible CV, you get a lot of rejection. So you see a lot of people saying that immediately I applied for the job, I got an instant rejection letter or a rejection email. That's to tell you how bad your CV is. It's not a joke. It's something to laugh about. It has happened to me before, okay? Where you apply for a job and immediately you apply, it feels like the HR person is sitting down there to send you a rejection letter. It has happened to me before. It has happened to people that have gone through analytics. You have a bad CV. Okay, that's the first thing. So the moment you improve on your CV, you see you are going to get a lot of calls from recruiters and employers. Oh, we saw your CV and would like to have a conversation with you. You want to move from there to having calls with people. So that CV review is very important. So don't bring your CV the way it is in Nigeria and think that that CV is going to get you a job in Canada or in the US or in the UK. It's likely going to lead to a lot of rejection. So that's where we help you revamp your CV. Okay. Number two is LinkedIn optimization. Okay. Your LinkedIn optimization works like search engine optimization. So if you go on Google today to say that, oh, I'm looking for a t-shirt, okay, Google will recommend the best places people go to buy a t-shirt. Okay. So on LinkedIn, the same thing on LinkedIn. If a recruiter is looking to hire a project manager, if they search project manager and they're recruiting for that role, will your profile appear? Okay, will your profile appear? That's exactly what we're talking about. So please, guys, just to remind you, please fill the attendance form. I have my colleagues dropping it there. So in order for you to get all the materials that we talked about, all the things, all the links, all the things I'm talking about, please fill the attendance form. All right. So we have LinkedIn optimization, okay, which allows you to rank when employers are searching for a job or searching for potential clients. Okay. So you want to rank, okay? So LinkedIn is not a place for you to just to see people's achievements. Okay, it's a fantastic tool for people that are looking for a remote job, for looking to get a job, and so on. Even if you apply during the job process, if you apply on their website, before they call you, sometimes I'll tell you this because I've worked with quite a number of HR recruiters and all that. They will check your LinkedIn. Okay, they will still, even if you apply on the job site, okay, or you apply directly to the organization, the employer or the recruiter will still go to your LinkedIn. Okay, so how do you optimize your LinkedIn in the way that when they see it, you come off as the subject matter expert, you come off as someone that has experience? That's where LinkedIn optimization comes in play. Upwork optimization. Upwork is a platform for freelancers. So if you want to freelance, you want to get opportunity freelancing, that's the best platform for you. So it will also help you optimize your profile on Upwork for you to get freelance opportunities within those platforms. Navigating the job market is one of the significant aspects of this training program. This is where a lot of people make misconceptions around what kind of roles can they apply to. I just finished learning data analytics. What jobs should I? You see a lot of people just head on looking for only data analysts, data analysts. There are a ton of other jobs for you to apply to. Okay, that's where navigating the job market comes in play. We have job and interview preparation. So once you have a good CV, you know how to navigate the job market. You know what roles to play. You know what roles to apply to. You know where to apply for these jobs. You know how to apply for the jobs. You know what we call the hidden job market. Okay, it's something we call the hidden job market. How do you gain access to the hidden job market? Those are the things. So if you know all these things, you have a good CV, your LinkedIn is optimized, you will get offers, you will get calls from recruiters. Oh, can we meet you? Can we talk to you? Can we jump on the call? Can we schedule a 30 minutes call at your earliest convenience? Those are the things that you want to see. The more interviews you get, the more opportunities for you to get your job. All right. So what we also do is job and interview preparation. So before you jump on that call, that 30 minutes call, even if it's the first call with the recruiter, there are certain things you need to say to move to the second level. And you don't know these things by yourself. You don't know it. You can't know it. That's exactly where our wealth of experience comes in during the mentorship. We're telling you, we're preparing you for the interview. What do you need to say? How do you need to sound? How do you need to present yourself? How do you answer certain questions? No, a simple question like tell me about you, tell me yourself, tell me something about you, let's get to meet you. Tell me about yourself. Okay, very common question. A lot, even though it's the most common question asked, people feel that question significantly. So how do you introduce yourself when they ask you? Okay, we have a technique which we call the seat approach. Talk about your skills first, talk about your experience, talk about your achievement, and talk about the type of person that you are. So SEAT, SEAT, skills, experience, achievement, and the type of person that you are. So number 6 is recommendation letter. So if you've been working as a customer service representative, you can't use that job as a work experience. Okay. And that's where analytics comes in to give you that work experience. So you want to put it on your CV that you're working with analytics, and these are the things that you've done, and we will provide you a recommendation letter. So rather than going to meet your organization where you're currently working as a carpenter or a plumber or whatever you're doing at the moment, rather than going to the organization, you can come to Analytics and we'll give you the recommendation letter for cybersecurity, project manager, data analytics, data science, data engineering, on all the career paths that we have offering. So you see those 6 parts, very critical. CV review, LinkedIn optimization, Upwork optimization, navigating the job market, job and interview preparation, recommendation letter, and number 7, we have mentorship sessions. This is where we bring in our past alumni that have gone through analytics and have gotten a job, UK, US, Canada, Spain, Norway, literally all of them across the world. They come in to come and talk to you about, how they were able to get their own job. And this is where you can meet other people that were like you a couple of months, a couple of years back, okay? Now, on the job support, we also provide you with support on the job. So the only thing that you need to do is just come in. Like, we're not asking you to come in with any experience. We're not asking you to come in with anything, no certificate, no degree, no requirements at all. We will literally walk you through learning the skill first of all, okay? All right, we'll provide you with LinkedIn, CV review, LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the job market. We'll even prepare you for the interview. And once you even get the job, okay, we still offer on-the-job support. So there's a lot of people that come up with what we call imposter syndrome. So even though they've learned, they still feel that they're not good enough. So they feel like they're imposters, okay? They feel like they're fake, they're not original, okay? So they feel like they're not good, they're not there yet. So that's what we call the imposter syndrome. And that's what we offer on the job support. So once you even get a job and you feel like you're not there yet, like I don't know what to do, who do you run to? Okay, we still provide you with on-the-job support. So tell me exactly what aspects that you need help that we won't provide help for. So in terms of the skills, we'll teach you the skills, we'll give you the work experience that you need, project experience that you need, we'll help you review your CV, we'll help you teach you how to navigate, how to prepare for interviews, give a recommendation letter, get on-the-job support, mentorship. Literally, it's a one-stop shop. That's what we have designed. A one-stop shop platform that gets you the desired career within the tech space. So, moving on from there, okay? Like I said, it always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems difficult and hard and impossible until it is done. And I'm going to share another set of, these are another set of people. And you see, I have always used other people's experience to tell you that to buttress it more for you. Okay, to buttress the whole process a lot more for you. So you see, Biola was an accountant in Nigeria. Okay, got a job as a data analyst. Okay, working for a financial giant in the UK. Olukbemi got a job as a business data analyst. Okay, working for a company, one of the biggest insurance companies in Canada. Michael got a job as a software sales engineer, that's data engineering, for a software company based in the UK. Muhyiddin got a job as a business development analyst, okay, working with BBX in the UK. Currently works remotely. He resides in Nigeria, but works for a company in the UK, working as a business development analyst. So these are the things that you can do also. You notice that I have not shared the same experience. I've not shared I've not shared the same person twice during this call. That's to tell you the numbers of people that have gone through our training program and have gone on to getting a job. I can bring up another 30 set of people that have gotten more than 30. Okay. And those are the things that you need to talk. Those are the things that we'll talk about. So you see more success story. This is Bisola. Okay. You can see here. Hi, Adeza. I trust you're doing well. My name is Bisola. The training mentioning the course you belong to. I'm about to get this job. I am done with the interviews. And now they requested for reference. So this is where they're looking for reference. Majority of the companies in the UK, US, Canada would need reference to back up some of the things that you've learned or based on your experience. So they need reference. So you see, the company is in Canada, where I reside. There's Janice Group is the name, and the role is performance analyst. Please kindly look out for the communication from them. So this is the lady sending a message to, this is Bisola sending a message to us, that's Adeza, telling them about the role, the interview process they've gone through, and now they require a reference. So you see, everything that we offer is intentional. Okay, we know employers are looking for reference. We'll give you the reference. Okay, so you see, there's journey. This is them. This is the company as the request for references. So you see, you can't apply for a job without the proper reference. Okay, without the proper reference. So this is where we offer you referencing, recommendation letter to back up the skills and everything that you've worked with. Okay, so I wanted to update you about the reference you assisted me with. I got the offer from them on Friday and I agreed to it. So you see, these are success stories. These are also Nigerians, Africans that are getting jobs in Canada, in the US. And there are some people online that will tell you there are no jobs. And we are telling you that if you follow our 6-step approach, you will also get a job. There are jobs for you. 100%. So we have a course starting on the 3rd of August 2024, which is just in about 2 weeks' time. Okay. So if you're excited so far, I want you guys, if you have learned so much from today's session, if you're excited, I want you to give me 100 in the chat. 100, drop a 100 in the chat if you've had a wonderful time today's session. 100, let's go. 100, 100, 100, 100. Let's go. Let's go. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay. You guys are absolutely awesome. And I still have one more thing I want to show you guys. One more thing. Okay. So we have a special discount coming up for this training program. And that's the discount I want you to be a part of. Okay. So regardless of anywhere you are, you have the opportunity of transitioning into the tech space. You, not any other person, not your colleague, you personally have the opportunity to transition into the tech space. Now, this discount is only available for the first 15 people. Okay, it's intentional. The discount is only available for the first 15 people in each course, in each program. So if you're interested in business analysis, grab your copy now. Okay. If you're interested in data analytics, 15 people. If you're interested in data science, only 15 people. Cybersecurity, just 15 people. It's limited to just the first 15 people to register. And after the first 15 people, is going to revert back to the full amount. Okay. Now, the discounted amount is a 20% discount on the full amount. So rather than you paying $750 for you in the US, rather than you paying $750, you could actually pay $600. Okay. Now, the good thing about this is it comes in 2 installments. It comes in 2 installments. Okay. So the discounted amount allows you to pay in 2 installments. So you have £500 if you're in the UK, and if you're in Europe, anywhere in Europe, and you're using euros, you can pay 580 euros. And in Canada, it is 900 Canadian dollars. And I say this to people most times. I say this every single time. This is you investing in yourself. Okay. So you're investing this discounted amount in order for you to get a job that pays you 2x this particular amount. So we had one of our participants that got a job in Canada, just about another person, not the ones I've shared with you, recently got a job about 2 weeks ago. Okay. And we were talking about salaries. Okay. This guy was working as a customer service representative. He was working in customer service, went through the data engineering training program, got a job as an ETL developer for one of the insurance companies here in Canada. Okay. And when it was about paying for the training program, okay, he called me to, we had a conversation. I told him about the fact that he's investing in himself, he's going to get a reward and so on. So when he got the job, he called me and it was like, if Imena, his salary at the end of the month after taxes and everything, working as a customer service representative was just about $3,000. Was about 2.5, if I remember correctly. It was about 2.5. Okay, was working in Edmonton. Okay, and after the training program, got the job. Okay, went through different recruitment process, was able to get a job. This guy's salary currently is about $5,000. Okay, and it was like looking at it that if it was that he said to me, it was telling me personally, it was saying that if he had not paid, if he had not registered, okay, that opportunity would have been there. It will still be there, okay, but he won't have been able to, he won't be able to get that opportunity if he had not invested in himself. So he called to, to appreciate, to say that he joined the tech series, he joined the master classes, and, had facilitated, and he wanted to tell me about his personal experience. So this is you investing in yourself, okay? And saying that if I invest in myself, okay, these are the prospects that are there for me. So that's exactly why we're running the 20% discount to get you started. Now, the essence of the discount is also for you to be able to pay in installments, making it flexible for you to pay in installments. So if you're in Canada, for example, it's 900 Canadian dollars for any of the training programs that you have on the screen. You can pay in 2 installments, 600 Canadian dollars for a start, and you balance 1 month into the training program. You balance the remaining 300 1 month into the training program. 580 euros, you can pay in 2 installments of 400 and 180 euros. In pounds, 500 pounds, 350 and 150 pounds. And for the guys in the US, it's $400 and $200 for the second installment. So the second installment comes 1 month into the training program. 1 month into the training program. Okay, so you see that's for the guys, for you started on the 3rd of August. So I can see some chats talking about how do we make payments. All you need to do is click on this link, the link in the chat. So it's the mainstack.enroll. Okay, so it's the mainstack link. All you need to do is click on this link. Okay, click on the link. It's going to open the browser for you. Okay, so this is going to open in the browser. It's called the Tenalytics Enrollment Center. Okay, so this is called the Tenalytics Enrollment Center. Okay, so this is where you can get, you can pay for the training program. Now, you can do a direct transfer to any of the account details that you have here. You can do a direct transfer. So if you're in Canada, this is the account number for you to transfer to. This is the Interact for you to do the transfer. For pounds, this is the account details for you, even in the UK, to pay in pounds. Even in Europe, this is the account number for you to pay in euros, and USD, even in US, this is the account number if you want to do a direct transfer. Okay. Now, if you want to pay online, okay, which I would recommend, okay, anytime, any day. So if we're just scroll down to where you have card/online payment. So regardless of anywhere you are in the world, it will tell you the currency for you to pay. Okay. So if you're in Nigeria, it will tell you to pay in Nigeria, in Naira. If you're in the US, it will tell you to pay in the US and so on, in USD and so on. So looking at this, if you're interested in the full stack data science training program, click on full stack data science. That's the data science training program. Click on that, and it takes you to the next page where you see the discounted price. So it's automated. Okay, so you see mine is showing in Canadian dollars because I'm currently located in Canada. Okay, so your own current location would also tell you the price you're going to be paying. So the discount is only available for the first 15 people to register. So the system takes into consideration every registration, every person that registers. Okay, so currently you see 900 Canadian dollars in there. Okay, so that's 900 Canadian dollars discounted. So it's currently giving me the discounted price instead of the full amount. So now all I need to pay now to secure my position is 600 Canadian dollars. Okay, if you want to pay in full, please go ahead to pay in full and secure everything right from the onset. But if you want to pay the first amount, $600, just change it from 900 to 600 and then proceed to pay. Okay, and then proceed to pay. All right. So you see what I've done? I've changed it from 900 to 600. So you see, the moment 15 people have made their payment, the 900 Canadian dollars will revert back to the original amount. Okay. And the full amount, you cannot pay in installments for the full amount. We don't take part payment for the full amount. If you're missing out on the discount, and you want to pay the full amount, maybe at the end of the month, okay, you would have to pay the full amount once. So the discount allows you to pay in 2 installments, and that's the reason why you need to take advantage of the discount. Okay, so if you want to pay 600 to secure space, all you need to put there is 600. Okay, and click on proceed to pay in order for you to make your payments. So full name, your email address, the phone number, and you can pay with your card. Okay, put in your card information and so on and so forth. Okay, and make your payment. So now You can either pay it through a direct transfer, like I said, sending the money via a transfer, a direct transfer to any of these account numbers you see on the screen, or you click on any of the link or any of the career paths you're interested in and secure your discount. Okay. So let me see if there. Okay, it's showing prices in USD. So it depends on your location, Stella. So if you're looking at Stella, where are you? Sorry, just confirm, please. Where are you? So I can see somebody says in Ireland. It should show you in euros. Okay. So we'll probably check that. Okay. Or you could do a direct transfer to the euros account details, and you can get it. It's still the same thing. So once you've sent either doing the transfer or you've paid online, okay, you've paid online, all you can do is you can see registration, payment registration. So once you've paid, ensure you fill this form, okay? So once you've paid, please, there is a form just at the top. So once you scroll, the third button, you see upload your receipt. So once you've done your transfer or you've paid online, please, you have the payment registration form. Click on this link, okay? Click on the link and then you will see the payment registration form. So this form, fill it, put in all the information needed, your email address, put in your email address, click on next and fill the form. Okay. For the people that want to start in September, you can actually start in September. So you can pay now, secure your discount, and start in September. Okay. You can even start in October. But the key thing is that you would have locked in your discount, the 20% discount, you would have locked it in. So that's an advantage for you to get started now. So, all right. So for you that are looking to get it started, lock in your discount, get started, and let's see how we can help you get your job, in your desired country. Okay. Yes, you can please. I recruited from the UK to Canada, a newcomer. 100%. We have a lot of newcomers that we are helping out getting a job in Canada. Okay. So yes, if you have any question, please keep it coming. I would be taking the questions on the chat in a few minutes. Now, let me show you what you get once you've paid. Let me show you what you get when you pay for the training program. Once you make your payments, let me show you exactly what you get once you have secured your discount. Okay, so once you make your payments, I'm going to show you our dashboard, the LMS platform. That's the analytics dashboard. Analytics. So once you go to the website, you would obviously have to create an account. Once you create an account and you've paid, would add you to the LMS. Okay, would add you to the LMS. So now you see these are the courses that we have. So you see all the ongoing courses: data engineering, full stack data science, data analytics, and financial analytics. We have all this. So now if you pay for data engineering, for example, so you pay for the data engineering training program, I'll click on continue learning and I'll show you exactly what you're doing in there. So you see the platform tracks your progress on a weekly basis. So we have week 1 all the way to the 12th and the 13th week. Okay. So you have all the week training programs in there. So you have week 0 to week 1 to week 2, and it's tracking your progress. So the reason why we are tracking people's progress is to ensure you're not left behind. So different people learn at different pace. Okay. So how do we know the people that are moving with the pace of the class and people that are not moving with the pace of the class? So you want that personalized experience. Even though you're going to be learning with other people, you want a personal experience. And that is what we want to guarantee. That if you are a tad bit slower than other people in class and you require further assistance, how do we even identify before you speak up? Most people don't want to speak up. Okay, most people just want to try, to see how they can carry it by themselves. But this is where we are using data to improve your learning experience. So you have weekly targets. Okay, so you have week 0 and you have your introduction, you have installation and all that. So even if once you finish the videos for that, you have access to all the week 0s. Okay, you would have achieved that already. So week 1, moving on to week 1, introduction to data engineering. So introduction to data engineering and data types and structures. So that's your week 1. So you see your target for each one. Let me just play one of the videos for you so you see it by yourself. Okay. So let me just play this for you and let's get started. Okay, so this is okay. Just gonna mute it just so that it's quiet enough. So you see, practical. Okay, the videos are practicals. They are project driven. So now this is what you see here, building a program for Tenalytics. And now this is you combining, this is data engineering anyway. This is you combining different data types together to build a program for Tenalytics. And you see that it is a step-by-step approach to learning. Step by step, step by step. And this is what we call it self-paced. This is how you build experience. This is how you build, getting that experience that you need to getting started. Okay. So this is you learning at your own pace. You can rewind, you can fast forward. If you have questions, if you have concerns, we have an AI tool that would help you. Anyways, we'll talk about the AI tool in a few seconds. Okay. But this is you learning on projects. So if you finish, take for example, this is Python, this is week 1 materials. Now you have week 2, okay, and you have week 3 SQL. So let's take a look at SQL. SQL has 2 case studies in there, okay? SQL for data engineering has 2 case studies. So let's take a look at the Metro Bank case study. So now for this Metro Bank, I'm just going to fast forward it a little bit to where I have the case study. So this is an overview of the bank. Metro Bank, established in early 2000, has grown into a significant regional player in the banking sector. So with its expanding customer base and increasing number of transactions, Metro Bank needs a robust database system to manage its operation. So what's your job as a data engineer now? Let's take a look at it. You are a database administrator at Metro Bank, a regional bank that is expanding its services. The bank wants to manage customer information, accounts and transaction efficiently using a database system. We have been hired, not just you alone, we, all of us, that's the project. So you see, now your job is to create an enterprise database management system, okay, for the bank. So that's what the project will be centered around, it will be centered around on. So you see the case study, this is the project, and we are building this in real time, self-paced. Okay, this is the self-paced approach to learning. Okay, and that's exactly the beauty of the things that you're going to be learning, you're going to be working on. It is project based. So this is Metro Bank, meaning that you have worked on a project in a bank. You would also work on projects in e-commerce. Okay, this is Bonga e-commerce. Take a look at that. It's the same process of you working on a project, and this is exactly how you work around it. So it is project driven. So all the project experience that we talked about, it is project driven. And it's the same thing across all the training programs, okay, that we have offering at the moment. So take, for example, let me talk a little bit about the AI chatbots that we have. Okay. So one thing we have seen is a lot of people want to learn at their own pace, at their own time. So take, for example, I had worked in the warehouse, so I know what working night shift could look like. Okay. Or to working day shift. So you work all through the day and you're awake at night, or you have time at night to learn. But that time you're learning, okay, our representative might be sleeping. Okay. The time you decide to see to work, how do we provide you with constant feedback or constant, availability? That's the reason why we developed our AI chatbot. So the name of our AI chatbot is Oluko. Oluko stands for teacher in English. So Oluko is a Yoruba word for teacher. So you see now, Oluko, Tenalytics AI trainer. So this is where we provide you with constant development. So this is you using AI to improve your learning experience. So it's not just, we are constantly evolving in our learning delivery to ensure that you're getting the best from the platform. So you see, hey buddy, how you doing today? For a better and personalized experience, please enter your details below. So let me just say my name is Ifemena, and I put in Ifemena. So it to tailor my responses to my name and all that. So he knows my name now. So hello Ifemena, my name is Uluko, which stands for teacher. I am your personal AI trainer designed by Tenalytics. So what it means by design by Tenalytics essentially means that we have trained our own AI chatbots to respond to you based on how people want answers to come as beginners. So as a beginner, there's a way you would understand, there's a way you would ask your question, and there's a way you would want it to be answered. Okay. So now Those are the things that we have developed using our own AI algorithm. Okay. So which is okay. So now the key question here is, which of the categories best suits your current concerns? Okay. So it could be career related question. Okay. What kind of jobs can I apply to? Okay. Where can I apply for jobs in the UK? So all these questions that you need answers to, the AI tool would answer your questions. Career content explanation. So you're currently going through the training program and you don't understand a particular concept. Take, for example, let's start with that. Okay, let's start with that. Course content explanation, real quick. I'm going to show you. Okay, so you see, what aspect of the training are you finding challenging to understand? I'm happy to answer all your questions and concern. Ask your question below. So then let me say, what is the difference? Okay, difference. Say I'm doing cybersecurity. What is the difference between what is the difference between offensive, and defensive cybersecurity? Cybersecurity. Sorry, guys, is it security or security? I'm not sure. Let's see. So now, what is the difference between offensive and defensive cybersecurity? Sorry, security. Okay. Okay, so it provides you the answer based on a structured approach to the way learners want to learn or learners will understand. So you see, it will speak to you like as though you are a beginner. Not it's not making an assumption that you know exactly what you're talking about. So it explains to you like you are a begin like you get the point, like a beginner using simple words. Okay, so let's read it together. Offensive and defensive cybersecurity are two sides of the same coin. Okay. Each of its own focus and methodology, each with its own focus and methodology. Let's break them down with some real life scenarios to make it easier for you to understand. You see, making it easy for you to understand. Now you gain access to this, but these are the things that you gain access to. So you gain access to the watch me do it videos, the content you have to help you learn at your own pace. You gain access to the AI trainer, okay, that allows you, that teaches you as though you're a beginner, ask you a question. Now, this is basically, so offensive cybersecurity involves proactive measures to identify exploits, vulnerabilities in systems. So basically giving you real life scenarios, okay, of how it plays out in real life. It also does the same thing for defensive cybersecurity, gives you a real life scenario, and so on and so forth. Why both are important? It tells you example in the business context. So it explains to you as though you're a beginner. So that is beginner first. Okay, so you're getting a lot from the learning experience. Okay, so let me start another chat. Okay, start a new chat, and let me just say if I press enter. So it could be a code-based issue. A code-based issue. So you're working on the project in Python, SQL, Excel formulas, anything that requires coding or formulas. You can click on that, put in the errors, and it will give you a solution to the errors. Okay. The last but not the least is interview preparation. So take, for example, you have an interview coming up, okay? Let's say I'm going to read for the guys in the UK, okay? We have a lot of guys in the UK, even the guys in Canada, same thing. So you go to a job board, let's say you're going for a role, a project manager role, project manager, okay? Projects, okay? Manager, okay? So you see, these are the things that we have implemented to make your learning experience 10x better. Okay, so you apply for a job of a project manager, okay, and let's just say, let's pick someone that is, this is 3rd of July, blah, 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 take this role. So these are the responsibilities, these are the job requirements. So I'm just going to take the job responsibility and requirement, and I'm going to copy it. So I'm applying for this job, or I'm interviewing for this job, okay, and I need preparation. The AI chatbot would also prepare you. Before we prepare you, this is a quick access tool that you can access for you to prepare. So you see, you are welcome. Congratulations on securing this interview. I'm happy to be your interview prep buddy. So essentially copy and paste everything about the job in the chat below. So this is where I paste all the things I copied from the job and I paste it in the chat. and I press enter for it to go. So your key responsibilities and everything, the skills, requirements, everything I've sent it to the chatbot. Now, the chatbot is going to read this, and based on the way we know the industry interviews people, it will give you tips and questions you need to prepare for. So take a look at this. So preparation guide, understand the role, review your experience. Now, health and safety knowledge, client and stakeholder management, telling you the key areas that you need to focus on. Now, it's also going to give you potential interview questions that you can prepare, that you can use to prepare. So experience and background, first of all. Can you walk us through your experience in project management within the utilities sector? Okay, what specific projects have you managed that are similar to the ones we handle? So you see, they're not telling you, you see that this is where your project-based experience comes in play. So they're asking you because obviously they know that people cannot be a project manager across all the domain. The key thing is now, how do you work on projects that you can use to get a job within the tech space? That's exactly where project-based experience comes in. So if you're working as a data analyst, okay, you can't work as a data analyst and gain experience in supply chain, logistics, health, engineering and everything at the same time. But you can work on projects, personal projects across different domains, okay? You don't have to work in an organization to work a project in that organization. So that's exactly what we're talking about. So you see, what specific projects have you managed that are similar to the ones that we handle? So that's a potential question that they would ask, okay? And let's say you're a beginner, you've never done anything project management before, okay? How do you answer this question? How do you answer this particular question? I'll copy it. So it will give you a couple of questions. How do you ensure compliance? Can you provide an example? So coming up with different questions, okay, that you can use to prepare for the interview. So final tips, research the organization, research the company, prepare questions, practice and documentation. Do you need help using the STAR interview technique to answer some of the questions? So it's even asking you if you know how to answer any of the question, or do you need help answering this question? If it's a yes, okay. So I need help answering one particular question, which is the question is let me see. The question is, what specific project have you managed that are similar to the ones that we handle? So now you have a question around this. You want to know how to answer this question using the STAR interview technique. So now I'll paste that question in there. So this is the question I need help with, and I'll press enter. So this question now, okay, I'm always happy to help you. Please copy and paste the question you find challenging in the, okay. I suppose I'll put the industry first, then I'll put the question. But anyways, I'll just put the question again. And I made a mistake with the way it's structured. So it will basically read through this and give me an experience anyways. So let's see. Let's see what it gives me. Okay. So in my previous role at XYZ Corporation, we were tasked with a project to enhance data security and analytics capabilities in the financial services client, for its financial services clients. So if you worked in a bank, this is basically the kind of experience that you can use. If you can specify your industry earlier, you can see that you can put in any industry. So if you are coming from education, working from another place. So essentially, this what do you call it? The chatbot here will give you as much help as possible in order for you to help you with your learning capacity. Now, with interview preparation, if you have an interview coming up, you could also schedule an appointment. So once you register for the course, you can easily schedule an appointment. So having been invited for an interview, click the button below to schedule an interview. So we can easily help you schedule an interview. So if you're interested in data analytics, data science, or any of those data analytics, you can easily schedule an interview. So you click on next, you see the links here are here for you to schedule an interview preparation session. So these are the things that we have put in play. For a reference letter, you can click the button here to request for a reference letter, okay? You can chat with your instructors. So this is the platform that we have designed to ensure an extensive learning experience, tracking and monitoring your learning engagement, your lesson, and so on. We also have a leaderboard, okay? that is tracking the people that are watching their videos, the best performing students, and so on and so on. So it also tracks your daily activities. Okay, it tracks your daily activities, the days that you're active, the days you're not active, just ensuring that you are learning and everybody's learning together and we're all getting things done. Okay, so that's the learning experience. And we also have the live classes that are also project driven. So, I mean, it is very encompassing. I could keep going on and on. So let me just see if I can take some questions from the chat, and I think we'll call it a day from there. So people are asking for more discounts, no more discounts. Is a 20% discount. Okay. What are the computer requirements for a Mac? Is Mac good for data analysis? If it's not the best, it's good, but it's not the best for data analytics. So if you're using a MacBook, it's not bad for you to use a MacBook, okay? But in terms of preference, a Microsoft laptop will be better. A Windows laptop, I mean, okay? So please, can you extend the discount to some of us? Yeah, please feel free. The discount is available for everybody. Please feel free to register at your own convenience. How can I secure a space or enroll in September? Please, you can just pay now. And when you're filling the form, the registration form. So I'm just going to go back to so once you click upload your receipt here, okay, it takes you to this form. When you're filling this form, there's a space there that's available there to tell you to select when you want to start. So if you want to pay now and you want to start in September, October, please feel free to fill in the form and specify the time you want to start. Okay. All right. So it's not compulsory for you to start in August. We have a cohort starting every single month. So please feel free to do that. Is pro knowledge on computer needed to start this training? No, you don't. And that's the reason why I'm walking you through the platform so I can show you exactly where you start from. So if you're going for data analytics, for example, okay, you see the week one, start from the bare minimum, introduction to Excel, overview of data analytics, overview of Excel, introduction to Excel. So you don't need anything to get started. So intro to Microsoft Excel. So take a look at this. So if I'm going to play this now, so you see everything here is designed for beginners. So you see this is a cell, this is a name, this is a cell name, this is F7, a combination of the row and the column. And this is me explaining it. So you see me on the top right corner, okay, explaining a certain concept. So you don't need any background to get started. We'll teach you all the things that you need to learn to get started. Thank you for an inspiring lecture. Despite one location, do you have access to physical lectures? We don't know physical. We don't have a physical location. We're helping people literally globally. So if you're in the US, you're in the UK, you're in Ireland, you're in Canada, you're anywhere in the world, we would help you virtually. So we don't have any physical. If we want to do physical, it's going to limit us to the kind of things that we can do. All right. And the number of people that we can help. Okay. So do you have you can pay now to lock your set, your distance either. This is so robust. The best I have ever seen. Thank you very much. All right. So what about the ones that what about someone that doesn't have experience in computer at all? Does this one? Yes, 100. Like I said, that's the reason why I'm walking you through the platform, because we're going to take you through. And it's not just data analytics, it's all the courses. So take, for example, data engineering, that is slightly a very technical course. It takes you from the foundation, introduction to data engineering. You see, introduction to data, going to start introduction to data engineering. What is data? So in order for you to become a data engineer, you need to understand what data is. Okay. So you see, it's starting from the regiment, what is data? Okay. So you don't need anything to get started. That's exactly what we have built our platform on. So you can start without any prior experience, anything at all. Okay. And that's somebody asking a question. Yes, you can. All the training programs that we have designed, even all the way to cybersecurity. I'm going to show you that on cybersecurity in a few seconds. Cybersecurity. So you see it here, week one is computing, foundation of computing. And you see it here, foundation of computing. I'm going to start to foundation of computing. So you see, it starts from what is a computer. Okay, you see exactly what I'm talking about, that you don't need any prior experience to get started. It's starting from that, what is a computer? So you see, and that's how you start to build the experience, stages of computing process, the CPU, an input device, an output device. So even if you've not done this before, you don't know how a computer works, that's exactly what we're going to discuss. What's the memory and all that. Because if you're going to be safeguarding systems within a company, okay, you need to understand how computing works. Now, every course, like I said, is project driven. So take, for example, networking. You have module 2 under networking. So you have networking, which is the course itself, and you have a practical case study. Now, let me show you the case study to tell you that it's practical. Everything is project driven. Everything is project driven. Now, this is you working as a cybersecurity analyst under networking. Now, what is the business problem? Recently, Techstars, let me increase this so you can see it for yourself. Recently, Techstars Solution acquired a new client, a local law firm that has been experiencing significant network-related issues. What's the long story short? The law firm network architecture lacks proper firewall system and network management. It's a life experience. Okay. Now, the key thing here is you have been employed as a cybersecurity analyst consultant to provide a lasting solution to the business problem. So they know that the problem now is the law firm lacks what? A good network architecture, okay, and lacks a proper firewall system and network management practices. So now, how do you prepare a solution to this problem? So this is where you now start to use the practical. This is where you start to go practical, talking about using what? Cisco Packet Tracer to build an actual network architecture for this particular company. So you see, you're building, let me just show you almost the final aspect of it. So you see that different network topography that you can deploy. There is the mesh, there is the star, there are quite a number of, and this is how you design a network architecture for this organization. So if somebody asks you in the future, tell me about a time you've worked on a network problem or you've built a network security, network architecture for any company, you can use this as your real life experience. Okay, walking them through the process of you defining the router, the servers, the system within the organization, and how to monitor load systems and all that within this organization. So this is project driven. It's all project driven. It's the same thing you get from working on offensive and defensive cybersecurity. You have projects that you get to work on. So all the training programs that you get to work on are all project driven. So this one now we're using WebCheck, okay, to confirm certain architectures. You're going to work with quite a number of tools within cybersecurity. The same thing with every other training program that you have there. So when we say that you need to experience-based learning, so you're learning and you're also working on projects. That's exactly what you get. And that's the same thing with all the training programs that we have offering. I can't show you everything. So for people that say that for a beginner, okay, can I learn? Yes, you can. Somebody's like, okay, I'm not in Edmonton. Okay, I'm in Calgary. I'm based off in Calgary. Okay, so if you want to come, I usually travel to Edmonton anyways for the person asking. For those in Naira, for those in Nigeria, please click on the link. It's going to show you the price in Naira. So all you need to do for the guys that want to pay in Naira, once you click on the link and you're in Nigeria, it will show you to pay in Naira. Okay, just click on the link and it will show you to pay in Naira. I really want this training so bad, but I can't afford the fees. It's over $1 million Naira. That's you can send them, okay, by charge people and sending you a message already. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So I think, let me see if there are other questions. Searching through Indeed for financial analyst jobs, the requirements. Funny thing, the interesting thing about that is someone just got a job as a financial analyst just a couple of weeks back. Okay, no certification. Okay, so some of these roles put some of these things, and that's one thing I would discuss during the interview preparation session, to tell you that what you see on the job market, what you see when you're applying for a job, okay, is usually what we call a wish list. Okay, it's a wish list. They're looking for a unicorn, somebody that knows how to do everything. Okay, and if you limit yourself to that, you're likely not going to get a job. Okay, so there are jobs that I've applied to personally, okay, that required so much experience, so much technology stack, and I was able to get that job. Okay, but if I was looking at the job requirement as a requirement for me to get a job, I wouldn't have applied for that job. And those are the things that you need to put at the back of your mind. So I sent proof. Okay, thank you very much. Some people have made payments. I can see a lot of people say I've paid, I've paid, I've paid. Okay, somebody says it's saying Northeast. Fantastic. That's good. That's fine. We can definitely find time to meet up, even in Calgary. Okay. Um, I'm about to do my master's in data analytics, but want to go for financial analytics. So I purchased the course for that and CV interview prep. Don't worry, once you everything comes together. So if you're going for data financial analytics, that's fantastic. Okay. Once you pay for the course, every other thing comes for free. Okay. The only thing you're paying is only one payment, and that everything else comes from you. Do you get certificate upon training? Yes, you get a certificate from us upon completing the training program. Do we create an account before we make a purchase? You can purchase and create an account. It really doesn't stop you. Do you have reference discount? Yes, we have a referral bonus. We have a referral. If you refer people, you get a bonus. Okay. Yes, you get a bonus. Once you refer people, you get a bonus for every person that is referred you refer. Okay. The more you refer, the more bonus you get. Please, I need the training badly. I cannot afford the huge naira required for it. Or unfortunately, that's what we need. So we proud ourselves with the success that we have gotten so far. So you see, all the people that are, you notice that all the people that we shared their testimonials are not the same people that we started with. This is Inia Pabio, got a job as a CEO of a tech company in Nigeria. Is based in Nigeria. Okay. Was able to get a job. And I'll read this testimonial from you. So you see here, this is Inia Pabio talking about his experience. I couldn't have done it without analytics. I'm just reading, let me just get like a annotation. Give me a second. So you see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm about rounding up, don't worry. So you see here, I couldn't have done it without analytics. I owe analytics big time. Let me also say that from January 2nd, 2024 to February 2nd, 2024, I have attended more interviews than I have in my entire career life put together. So, and we went on to say I turned down some I turned some down after I went to look at a profile online and saw their goals doesn't align with mine, all thanks to analytics. So now this is Inia Fabio talking about. He said I have attended more interviews between just a month, February 2nd to February 2nd. I have attended more interviews than I have in my entire career life. That's exactly because we know exactly what works. So you invest in yourself. Don't take it as small. Don't take it as a time. Don't take it as, it's something that will set you up for life that we're talking about. Okay. So this is you invest in yourself. Do you think Inia Fabio is thinking about how much you pay for the training program? Now he's the CEO of a tech company based in Nigeria. Okay. And these are the things that we have done for people. So you can see if he got a job, also if Mena got a job as a business analyst, working for a company, at master school, okay, got a job as a business analyst. Kenny got a job, as a data analyst, R&D specialist, data analytics. In Fabio, we have Tony, we have this is Tosin, fraud analyst in the UK, got a job as a fraud analyst. Baby got a job as a business data analyst. Benga got a job as a business data analyst in Poland. Abigail got a job as a business analyst. Bella got a job as a data analyst. So she got a job as a data scientist. Zinab got a job as a data manager. Okay. Bernard secured a scholarship in the UK, in Canada, currently based now in Canada, based on the reference that we wrote for him. Data analyst. So we see tons and tons. I can keep going. We have a lot of people, Nigerians, Africans that have gone on to getting a job in the tech space just by going through the training program. I can keep going, talking about these people. All right, I can spend another maybe 2 hours talking about how these people have been able to go from more testimonials, more testimonials, more testimonials, more testimonials, more people getting these jobs. Okay, so the key question is, what are you waiting for? Okay, what are you waiting for? Okay, these guys had no prior experience, nothing. This is Stephen Anointing, got a job in the UK as a junior data analyst after training with us. Stephen got a full-time job as a junior data analyst with Access Group in the UK. So you see, these are basically conversations that you'd see there. So please, I need a video of these testimonials. You need videos of these testimonials. Fantastic. I love that question. We have them on our YouTube page. So all you need to do is go to our YouTube page. I'm about to wrap up now. Okay, so go to our YouTube page. Sorry, YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna go to YouTube. All right. Once you go to YouTube, search for Tenalytics. Tenalytics. Okay, Tenalytics would usually appear very quickly. While you're there, please subscribe. Okay, we have about 6,000 subscribers, so you can always get updated on our, on our what do you call it, on our sessions. So once you go to once you go to our YouTube profile, go to playlist, you will see testimonials. All right, testimonials. Where do you? Okay, say it over here. Testimonials. All right. So once you get the testimonials, you can, see a ton of people that have gone through your training program and currently, have gotten jobs, talking about their experiences and so on and so forth. Now they're all there for you to listen to. You see, all right. So we have so many people who have gone through your training program, gotten jobs. We Africans, I don't want people to know that I've gotten a job. So the ones that we have are the ones that we have available for you. Okay. So yes, please, if you've enjoyed yourself today, guys, I want you to put, let me see if there's any chance before you guys flood it with your ones. So I don't have any brain power for mathematics. So we're going to be having a clarity session. So for people that still have further questions, okay, I would say you should register regardless. But we are going to be having a masterclass. We're going to be having a clarity session, a one-on-one session where you can ask more in-depth questions about your experience, how we can answer you, how we can tailor the training program to suit you better. So if you're looking for like a one-on-one conversation with myself or any member of the team, please ensure that you join the one-on-one session. We would also prioritize people that have paid, okay, in order for us to have that one-on-one session with you. So that's why I'm encouraging you to pay now, and then you can attend the one-on-one session and solidify your space in the upcoming training program. So I can see a lot of people say they've paid, send me, okay, you've paid. Well, I'm going to have that one-on-one session for you to have that conversation with me. All right. So I'm going to give you the opportunity, guys, to unmute yourself. Okay. Give me a second. I want to do something different. Okay. I want to do something different from Balably. Okay. So if you enjoyed yourself today, guys, if you gain value from today's session, I want you to say, yeah, yeah. Unmute yourself and say, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Let's go.
Efemana.
Hi. All right, I had a wonderful time with you guys.
I'm already with analytics anyway, and my head is so hot from everything I'm learning.
Oh, fantastic.
But
I love
every
it. Yeah,
time I keep joining this master class just to remind me that this is why I joined in the first place. So I'm not supposed to be in this session, but I just like hearing your voice to just remind me that I cannot give up. I cannot give up. This is my second week, and I'm like, God,
Okay.
God help me. But
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
amazing.
6 figures
And our
is sweet to give up.
facilitator, Oladayo, is amazing. It's amazing.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
You see, thanks a lot for that. Is that Kelly? Or we speaking? Sorry. Sorry, who was speaking? I didn't get the lady's name.
Moti.
Moturaya.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw MT. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that
MT,
feedback.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'm sure you guys enjoyed yourself. I did enjoy myself. And the reason why we are doing this is all based on that premise of getting more Africans into the tech space. That's literally the soul. That's our goal. When we're waking up in the morning, that's what we're thinking about. When we're going to bed, that's what we're thinking about. So in terms of partnerships, in terms of getting people more experience, getting them that experience they need to get a job. And what we have done also before I call it today is we've built a platform. It's called Amdari. Okay. Amdari. Okay. Amdari is a platform. Currently, it's tailored just for the data analyst, data analytics, data science, and data engineering. So for people that want to build experience, that want to work on projects, okay, you have data analytics projects, data science project, and data engineering projects. So if you want to get more project-based experience, so Tenalytics partnership with Abdari, we built this platform. So we have this platform to get more Africans, like we said, to get more experience, get you to the tech space. So you see, there is no other better place, guys. There is no better place to be than to be with analytics. If you're looking to transition, owners first. So you see the robust platform that we have built, tracking your daily progress, your weekly progress, your group progress, leadership board to track your group project. So you see what everybody else is doing in the class. So who was the leading this week? Who was leading who was leading this week? Who was leading last week? Who was leading last month? So obviously, because majority of them, we are just starting the training program, there will be a last month tracker. So you can see how you're doing compared to other people within your process. So building that gamified way of learning so that you know that, okay, you're in a community that allows you to grow. Okay. So in terms of learning experience, project-based experience, you have everything available for you. All right. So one thing that you need to have at the back of your mind is we are the sole goal for us. The goal for us is to get you into the tech space. Okay. And if you start now, in the next 1 month or 2 months, you will start to see that, okay, there are so many opportunities that I should have been getting. Okay. Like I said, I started in warehouse. When I relocated, warehouse. But warehouse, the more hours you work, the more money you get. Okay. That's what I call hustling backwards. So you see a lot of people in the care space or in the warehouse, they want to work like 20 hours in a day so that they can get more money. But I can tell you categorically that is hustling backwards. Okay. You want to have more time on your hand and still get significantly more pay. Okay. And those are the things that we're going to, that's what the tech space provides you. So invest in yourself today, register with the discounts available, get your slots, get started. This is July. December will still come. So at the end of December, do you want a tech job or do you want to continue this career path that you're working in? That's the honest question you need to ask yourself. Okay. So on that note, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much for taking our time to listen to me. I said I was going to do this in 2 hours, but apparently, like I said, me compressing all my experience, 10 years experience into our session can be very challenging. Okay. So thank you for staying to the end, to listening to me. Please ensure you fill the attendance, you get all the resources that you need to get started. Thank you very much, everyone. And I'll be looking forward to having you, nobody else, you, only you on board. Okay. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. I can see Kelly. Is it Kelly Nam? Okay. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, guys. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time, guys. Bye for now, and see you in the next see you in the next course. For one-on-one session, please join if you want to have that personalized approach. Cheers, guys.